Corbett's Couloir has always captivated dreamers. In 1960, Barry Corbett said, "One day, someone will ski that." McAllister's wild vision of the tram was born, and Corbett's premonition turned into a reality. It attracts the bold and people whose imaginations see what could be possible. As the decades have passed, each generation has tested the limits. Shaped by 60 years of wisdom, bravery, and failure. Today is their turn to dream bigger and leave their legacy in the history of this iconic landmark. This is the kings and queens of Corbett's Couloir.
Welcome to the top of Jackson Hole Mountain Resort. We are near the edge of Rendezvous Bowl and about equidistance between the warm waffles in Corbett's cabin and the cold snow down in Corbett's Couloir. I think that puts us in some type of delicious vortex of radness. And for over 60 seasons now, Jackson Hole has been shaping the world of snow sports by providing a venue for people to test themselves. Corbett's is definitely one of those test pieces, and today we've got 24 skiers and snowboarders who are looking to write themselves into the history books of this awesome mountain. With me, I'm Andrew Whiteford. I've been skiing Corbett's for about 20 years, and joining me today on the announcer team, we've got two incredible assets, Jody Washniak and Veronica Paulson. Jody, you're a pro snowboarder, you're a coach, industry insider, a purveyor of podcasts. You live for snowboarding. What's getting you excited about today?
Snowboarding as usual, but also it's nice to see some of the skiing that's going to go down here. I've been watching this event for a long time, and the highlight reel that many of you just saw right now is absolutely mind-blowing. Some of my best friends are in this event. There's a bunch of newcomers. There's kids as young as 19 years old in here, and I'm just really excited to see what the young kids are going to do, and then those veterans. You know, there's a good mix, and I'm just really excited to be here.
Also, a name synonymous with Kings and Queens of Corbett, Veronica Paulson, 2020 Queen, two-time People's Choice Award winner, a perennial powerhouse of positivity. How does it feel to be in this different role up here at the comp today?
It's a little bittersweet for me to be stepping away from the competition, but I'm really excited to be a part of the competition today. It's my favorite week of the year, so I'm happy to be here with you guys, and I can't wait to see what these athletes do today.
That is super cool. And we wouldn't be out here today if it weren't for our sponsors, so thank you to the event partners. We've got Monster Energy. We've got a whole slew of partners out here, and we're going to be giving thanks to them all day today. I know that Sharka Panchakova is going to be our first rider dropping today. Even rumors of her getting over to the West Wall for this opening run. But while we wait for her to get ready, shout out everybody around us. Monster, Mammut, Smartwool keeping us warm, Buff, get us feeling good, Keels, saving our faces. We've got Yeti keeping our beverages as they should be, warm or cold. Man, whether you get here on foot or via sentient jet, it's incredible. All the athletes are going to be hooked up with GoPros, and that's a huge component of their judging as well as they watch each other's footage. We've got some, we've got everybody out here, and more than anything, the locals are out in force bringing great energy, and people watching around the world. Thank you so much for tuning in on this live broadcast. Soon we'll hear from Sharka in her own words, what it means to be out here. But to be dropping first, you can get some nerves. There's no better athlete to take that on than a four-time Olympian, a skier, a skateboarder, a surfer, coming from the Northwest. Let's check out Sharka's profile.
I'm from a very small country. You know, like nobody's really achieved in snowboarding anything from my country. Generally have pretty small mountains in Czech Republic. The highest mountain's like 4,500 feet. I loved it and I never thought it could be a, career or anything. I just really liked doing it and started competing in halfpipe. And did the Olympics in Vancouver, went on to do 3 more Olympics after that. And then, it just got me all the way here.
Sounds like we've got Sharka dropping in.
Oh, she's at the gate.
Oh yeah, we can see her at the gate. This is sick. The light is coming through. Early clouds this morning have been dissipating. We haven't had a real clear look from our perspective at the bottom of Corbett's, where they've got a sick booter built up for the athletes. Just quick reminder, this is an athlete judged event. They're gonna talk later this week about what they see in each other's riding. It's easy to jump to things like amplitude and style, but really it's what speaks to each other as an athlete. I think that makes a really special event. They also have a nice window to drop, so you don't have to feel rushed. You don't have to feel like you're not in the place you want to be.
She's doing the clap.
We are so psyched to watch Sharka today.
I mean, opening this up, I mean, the nerves must just be flowing. But like you said, 4-time Olympian. I'm sure she's been in this hot seat before. Oh, here, we're getting the nod.
Sick. The defending women's snowboard champion.
Here she goes.
Soon we'll talk about the anatomy of Corbett's Couloir, but right off the nose, super clean. Big heel side turn, checking speed. Challenge of being a first rider is knowing exactly what you're gonna feel in these snow conditions. We've got a centerpiece.
Oh, big backflip.
Sick.
Looked like she came up a little bit short there, doing the truffle shuffle.
That's right, Jody. And the riders have had time to practice on the bottom kickers, but we've gotten so much snow this week that they have been reshaped a couple times.
Is she gonna opt for this back 10 that she did? Back 7.
Stomping that. What a positive way to open up. As Sharka gets down here, let's lay back and see if we hear anything from her.
Oh, I would love for her to have pulled out that back 10. Earlier this week, I was at the jump, and she pulled out one of the most perfect, flawless back 10s.
it's so hard to
and
stop up
nice to
there.
see her continue to
Holy
progress.
shit. All the athletes are probably on the lip watching that first dropper go, but it's a great way to check conditions for the day because you never know until you see someone actually drop in there. So the beauty of going first is you don't have any bomb holes, but the con is that you're not exactly sure what kind of conditions you're going to be landing into.
What an accomplished guinea pig.
I mean, all in all, a couple scuffs in there, you know. She went a little bit short on that top jump, but the bottom back 7 from my angle looked pretty clean. And I mean, getting rid of those nerves, I wonder if she's going to drop in for a second run. I think she probably will.
Yeah. Her dedication to improvement and progression is probably meaning she's going to be going up for a second run, which is an option for the athletes. I think it really depends on how run 1 goes and how the day progresses.
I mean, the bottom there, look at those vibes. That's what you want to be rolling into to get the energy to go back up there.
And as we look up towards the lip, that primary entrance that most skiers and snowboarders would be taking on a day-to-day basis is what we call the goat path. That kind of develops from lookers left to right. Sometimes today we might, oh, we got replay coming. Jody, talk us through it.
All right, well, she did a little frontside air off the top. Looks like she scuffed out on her heel edge there. Opting off for a backflip / wildcat there, her own little version of that, and just coming up a little bit short on that landing. And then clean back 7, like a little bit short. She could have went a little bit deeper, but I mean, to put together a run based on those nerves, I think all the athletes were wondering what the conditions were doing there. And to me, it looks like there is some pow in there, but with some more consolidated kind of zone. So I think we're going to see really who's been working on their quads this summer.
And she's no stranger to sending it into Corbett's. In 2023, she tried a backflip off the lip, which is one of the strongest showings we've seen from women's snowboarding. So she's always a contender for this competition.
I know another individual who's also opted off for one of those backflips to the left of us, right, Andrew?
Completely. And you know, some athletes just aren't willing to stay put. Like the drive to push it and be bold and do big things is really a constant thread through all of these athletes. But yeah, Veronica, Queen V, first female to stomp a backflip into Corbett's. And Sharka, I think that was her first run ever that she did a backflip a couple years ago. Up next, dropping number 2, we've got Madison Blackley. Let's hear from her, this Park City-based rider. another veteran of Kings and Queens and Corbetts.
So there's always so many new people here. One of my favorite new rookies is Ellie Weiler. It's been really cool riding with her, and to be honest, she pushes my riding a lot. I remember my first year coming here, I was like, had nightmares about it for months. I was so scared, and now that has kind of faded for me, it's kind of fun to see that little bit of fear in other people, you know, to be like, oh, I've been there and everything's going to be fine. And yes, it's going to be exciting to see what happens.
Yeah, copy. And Madison's going on the west wall. No, well, not the west.
Right on. Well, as we wait for Madison, it sounds like Teton County Search and Rescue is also planning on bringing their heli in today. So we might have a little pause while that big bird comes in above us. We will obviously let you know when we see that. The windsocks are just standing still right now. Meanwhile, back to Madison. This is her 6th Kings and Queens of Corbet's appearance. She's a natural selection dual winner. She got into the Revelstoke finals in that. She's been around for a while. She's been like sending street segments, backcountry comps, and this backcountry freestyle is really like her calling. It also sounds like she's providing some great mentorship to Ellie Weiler, one of our other competitors.
I mean, such a big part of this snowboard community is when the older people stay in it and help mentor the youth, especially when you're talking about places like, you know, Jackson Hole that has so much backcountry terrain. Those older people can really help you learn and travel through the mountains safely. And, like, you know, if they've been out there for, I mean, all three of us combined, probably 60 years of knowledge, like, you go out there with those 30 to 40-year-olds, like, there's a lot to learn off those. And it's nice to see Madison passing that on to Ellie and other individuals. And I saw it kind of firsthand this week. Pretty cool to see them riding around and ripping the resort.
Totally. Veronica, you know, as Madison's hanging out at the top, tell us a little bit what that feels like when you're waiting to drop in.
Oh man, this is such a tough competition for nerves because you don't get to warm up at all. Your first run has to be your strongest. You don't want to wait for your second run. And so you just have to be mentally so ready. And a lot of that comes with visualization. That's a big part of this. You don't get to drop into Corbett's the week before. So for me, the biggest part is visualization over and over again, and then just knowing how to calm your nerves.
You know, that's a great point. And as they're talking about this heli coming in, I was realizing, you know, it might not be landing up top. It might be putting down at the base of the run. And when you're doing dangerous stuff, which undoubtedly sending it into Corbett's is dangerous. You know, you don't want to do that every day. You don't want to do the gnarliest stuff every day. So how we can train our minds and prepare for that includes tons of visualization, watching clips, watching other clips of other riders, listening to music. There's so many ways to put yourself in that zone. I think the better you can focus those thoughts, really helps create the same neural connections that you need when you're actually dropping in and putting your body to use. We've got an incredible crew out here on this mountain, whether it is Teton County Search and Rescue, and I can vaguely hear that heli whoop, whoop, whoop in the air right now. That's a volunteer crew with full-time jobs in all walks of life here in Jackson, and they are here to support us in any way that athletes need. Great education. I've got to give a huge shout out to their Backcountry Zero podcast. I've put myself into plenty of sketchy situations, but learning from others doing that and trying to learn from those is fantastic. The ski patrol here at Jackson Hole Mountain Resort, if at any point today we need help in the couloir, they're going to be ready to wrap in there, already hiding in the couloir in some positions, which is pretty cool to see. Whether it's the events crew that are out here, they are the ski ninjas. If we lose any gear at any point in the run, they're going to be there to get it. And also shout out to marketing. You know, it's fun to share Jackson Hole, this contest, everything with everybody around the world. Because I think if you're tuning in, you've got an inkling of what Jackson Hole stands for in this realm of snow sports. It's an iconic place. It's a place that you can come and still challenge yourself, just like the first skiers were 60 seasons ago. And just briefly, like 58 years ago, Lonnie Ball was the first skier into Corbett's. For 58 years, we've had people pushing themselves. And even before that, even before the mountain was open, Barry Corbett was just looking at this saying, someday somebody is going to ski that. So for over 6 decades, people have been mind shredding this. And now that progression in the last 8 years that we've had Kings and Queens, it's really been a catalyst to see some incredible changes. V, you're a huge part of that.
It's been the progression we've seen because of this competition is insane, and I really want to make a point, especially for women's skiing and riding, having a competition like this where the women are mixed in with the men, where we're on the same course, going at the same time. It really just gave us a chance to show what we could do, and I think it's so unique in that way that if you're hoping to see what the women skiers can do and how we can progress the sport, just giving us that chance, and we took advantage of it, and the progression we've seen in the last 8 years is undeniable.
Completely. That's well said. Thank you. Jody, what are some of your favorite elements in this comp? Like, it's a combination of things, isn't it?
Well, I like a lot of the elements in it. I mean, who doesn't like a good step down, you know what I mean? So it's kicking it off with one of my favorite backcountry features, the step down, which for a snowboarder, I mean, there's so many ways you can approach this, and especially now, and we've seen a lot of those ways. You know, you've seen people butter off it. You've seen Hans back 3 into the rock. You've seen Gimbal God and Jason J-Rob kind of go through the coffin. You know, there's so many different ways that you can approach the entrance into Corbett's, and then to see those in between that are built by the park. So a couple like platforms to launch off of, depending on how you end up lining. Because I do think there's a freestyle element that is so important, and then going down to that park jumps, absolutely a good diverse mix and a good showcase of freestyle snowboarding.
Well, and as we get Madison just about to drop now, we're going to see her take on this legendary run. It's really easy to look at it and write it off as like, oh yeah, steep entrance, make some turns and you're down. Because all of these athletes are looking to stack something that has a lot of features and their own creativity in it. Madison's been doing this for 6 years now, so it's really exciting to see this year's take and her first run. Totally blind drop in as you come in from above. Excellent speed control, finding transition, and we can hear some of that firm snow underneath. You know, the mountain has just metamorphosized in the last week. Everybody's snow dances have really produced, so thank you. And looks like Madison's spinning off the center, and she's one that we'll see trick off natural features, trick off the man-made features.
Little backside 3. I've seen her do a lot of, she's been doing this cool backside 1 stale fish, or switch backside 1 stale. I wonder if she's going to do that same approach. Oh, switchback 3.
Little bit on the heel side, but man, that feels so good when you come down after your first run, a little adrenaline release.
Yeah, a little bit more pop than I think she expected on that smaller jump.
Yeah, small is relative.
It is very relative.
See what she has to say. The hardest thing about this competition is it's not like slope style. You don't get to practice it for the whole week leading up to it. You're really just going off of what you think it's going to be like. And these athletes, they're professionals, so they've done things like this before, and they can rely on their expertise. But it's still a challenge, first hit, to do what you want to do for this competition.
Well, one thing's for sure, getting to the bottom looks like an awesome party. Jackson Hole locals absolutely showing up and bringing exactly that energy that we love in the community. That's a vibe down there.
Yeah. Yeah. We should have the replay up in just a second.
And Turtle Box bringing the heat down there, it looks like.
Another one of the partners. I've got a Turtle Box in my garage. I am bumping to it whenever I'm tuning my skis. Turtle Box also coming in to the tram in recent years, so.
I've seen those there with their magnets just stuck everywhere.
It is awesome.
That's DJ Van Aken from Colorado at the bottom there.
Sick.
Shout out, he's a great guy, great DJ.
I mean, all the elements of this event are really taken care of, you know what I mean? Like, it's really special as a first timer to come here and just to check out like a different mountain, a different community, and a different event. And I got to say, this is a home run. I've been to a lot of events over the years, and the team here is really making something special. Now here's the replay here. Airing off that front cliff, to getting a little backside 3 there, and then overshooting on this switchback 3. All in all, I think she's going to need to take another spin on that lap.
You know, she talked about like the nerves coming in her first year, and at this point, you're never not going to be nervous dropping into this, but at least you know what to expect and how it feels to go through this process. And I bet she's hungry for a second run and cleaning it up. You know, this year amongst the athletes, we've got a great blend of those with veteran experience and a lot of rookies. And Kaz coming up next, Sazenkowski. He's out of Tahoe City. We're going to see his profile, hear it from Kaz, but I am stoked to watch his run. He's bringing all of his own.
5 years ago, and I remember coming up and watching the event. It was insanely deep. It kind of just felt like a movie segment, but as a competition at Jackson. I thought was super sweet. And yeah, it's pretty cool to be back 5 years later, being on the other side of the B-net. I'm stoked for that.
Sick. Kaz has got a great background. He's making his own products as well. He's got a great snowscaper that's under KZS Research. Also representing Blizzard Technica, Kova Gear, Scott Sports, and Wildflower Bakery. I know if you're ever in the Palisades of Tahoe area. Nice
Who doesn't love a good bakery? You know what I mean? Gotta love bakeries.
Recently got a cover of
Oh.
hand drag 3 to absolutely money transition underneath the west wall. Natural air off the central rock feature. Spinning 3, going big just below that. He's got a lot of time in the park as well. Sick.
Oh.
That looked like cork 9. We're gonna have to watch the replay. Kaz is stoked, and how could you not be?
Oh!
Yes.
I mean, that's a top to bottom pull right there.
Yeah.
A clean run like that, that could land you in the top 5 for sure.
Totally. I mean, from watching this on the sidelines a couple years ago, and now, as he had said in his interview, being on the other side of the B-net. Yeah.
He's exactly right, too. The best part about this competition is it just feels like you're having a jump session with your friend. It doesn't feel like a competition at all. I love that run from Kaz. I thought he really read the conditions well. The hand drag 3 up top. Love to see something like that.
Totally, and especially like if you're gonna try and get into that smaller transition at the top, like get creative to put you in. You know, if you're gonna just do a small air, like how can you approach doing a small air? Put your own flavor onto it. And to me, like that top to bottom pull was, I think he's gonna be pretty happy with that run.
Hey, V, you want to take us through the replay as it comes up?
All right, beautiful hand drag 3, a little bit of a kind of cat spin in there, but he got it around. On this middle section, airing over the rocks. Nice flowy 3. And on the money booter, cork 9, bringing it around to that switch landing. Great run from Kaz, especially at this competition. We see a lot of crashes. There's not so many top to bottom clean runs, so that is a great run.
I mean, one thing I noticed immediately was not a lot of hesitation in his skiing. It looked like he knew his line. It looked like he knew the tricks he wanted to do, and that it came across as like flow, you know? He kind of was like linking everything together, not a lot of stuttering, like, what do I do, what do I do? Like, it just looked like he's like, I'm going to the bottom.
Yeah, it looked like he was just having fun out there. That's what you want to see.
Up next, we're going to have Pat Fava. He's from Cedar City, Utah. I think a lot of us are excited to see what Pat puts down today. We're going to see his profile in a second, but man, this guy comes from rail comms to now absolutely potentially sending it and putting together a sick run in Corbett's today.
I mean, he is one of the best rail riders in the world right now. If you bring him to a contest, he's winning, whether it's a Red Bull Heavy Metal or the Bomb Hole Cup. Like, he's sitting in the top 3 all the time. This guy is a wizard, and to see him kind of pivot into the backcountry space is always kind of an exciting element that, you know, you like to see snowboarders branch out.
Here we go to his interview. Let's hear it from Pat.
I've been watching Kings and Queens probably a few years now. I'm most excited to watch people huck into this thing and see what people come up with, the creative ideas from the skier side and the snowboard side. So seen a bunch of crazy clips, and to be at the top of the Couloir will be sick, I think. Oh, I'm super grateful to be part of this event. Yeah, I never thought I would get the call, so let's go huck our meat off this thing, see what happens.
Yeah.
You can hear him there.
That is sick.
I mean, influenced by some of the best snowboarders in the world, Chris Bradshaw, Deadlung, Kazu Kokobo, and Rene Renekongas. And one thing Rene's got from playing years of hockey is legs of steel, and I think you kind of need that to pull a top-to-bottom run here today.
You are absolutely correct. And, you know, there have been rumors about integration of a rail feature someplace near the lip. I don't know if that is going down on this first run, second run. It's part of the excitement of this. Like, we can't let every magic get out of the bag too early.
I think we can't brief over that. So Pat Fava has really wanted to bring a rail to this event, and he was begging and pleading, and his wish, he did get a rail installed here, and I'm really wondering if he is about to hit a flat bar off this cliff.
From what I heard, that was his second run plan, but we'll see. We found the rail for him from a local Freeride coach. Shout out Adrian Ballard, great local ripper, and he donated his rail to Pat. I don't know if it'll be out on this run, though.
You gotta love the flexibility of this event, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to get creative as an athlete, they're accommodating, and I love that. Let's see these riders bring their own unique perspective, and that's exactly what Kings and Queens is allowing riders to do.
Yeah, there's really no rules for the top. If you want to build a kicker, if you want to bring a rail, they're game.
As we can hear the countdown. I'm just loving this. Pat Fava dropping in for his first round.
Pat Fava's got to be a favorite. Like, this kid can be, he's a weapon. Oh! Cab 5 chicane. Oh, coming around. That style was incredible.
Little bucked on the landing. Getting his feet underneath him for some powerful pow turns. Boosting that middle, getting a little bucked.
I think that flat light kind of got him where I just don't think he knew where the end of that takeoff was and opting for a big old bomb hole there.
Looks like he found the powder in the landing, though.
This is true.
I'm thinking back 10. Double back.
Double backy.
Huge.
Sick. And as we hear Randy on the mic down there, giving the people what they want, how can we not love double inverts? And gotta say, Pat this week was one of the first athletes I saw going real big on this bottom booter. He's feeling comfortable, and I bet he's got stuff to clean up for that second run.
100%. There's a lot of room for improvement, but the one thing is he brought it. He did not decommit on that run the whole way down, even getting to the bottom, falling on that cab 5. He could have done a straight air and knew that he kind of needed to bring something on this second run, but he goes top to bottom, just full send.
100%. That's exactly what this competition is about. It's about giving the people what they want. You do it for yourself, but you also do it for the crowd. You do it for the progression of the sport. We love to see it.
Sick. Yeah, here we got the replay coming through right now. Jody, walk us through it.
Yeah, I will. Once we get this, here we go. So cab 5 chicane, just landing on a little bit of a flat spot look there, but he came around nicely. I just don't think he saw the takeoff there on that straight air. You know, a big bomb hole, and then going for the double backy on this jump. And I think he just didn't spot his land. I saw him do that a ton in the warm-ups. He's also putting down a really good back 10, so I think we can see a lot more from Pat, and I'm excited to see what he does. A huge fan of this rider and individual, and it's really nice to see him branch out and try some new events and just get some, you know, when you step out of your comfort zone, it's crazy. Just even that cab 5 off the top, the commitment of that, you know, you got a huge dude. So great job by Pat.
Nice. Here, let's go to Piper Kunst. She's going to be dropping next. Piper is a former queen of the contest
I learn
from
something about
2022.
myself every time I drop back in. At first I kept coming back because it is really just a fun week. But as I've progressed and grown a little bit, I think that I have expectations for myself. I kind of like to push myself in that way. I think it's a testament to the nerves more so than like competition skiing.
So great to hear from Piper. She's a alta skier and a real creative. She's an accomplished artist. And she's put that to work in a great edit called Mimic. If you have time, catch that out.
I heard she might be thinking backy off the top. I was giving her some advice for that, so we'll see what she's thinking.
She's in the moment, and so are we.
Huge backy.
Oh,
there we go.
Catching transition so well. Clean landing. Enjoying some of that better viz next to the rocks.
That was incredible.
Like,
she is now the second woman ever to land a backflip into Corbett.
Sick. Coming into this bottom booter. Boosting a front flip. Oh man, a little over rotation. Let's see her reaction. The crowd is pumped. Veronica, you know the difference in feeling between a backflip and a front flip. Talk a little bit about that, like spotting the landing versus your takeoff.
Yeah, I mean, I always prefer backflips because as soon as you get a quarter way through the flip, you can spot your landing and just stare at it and make sure you're going to land. Front flips are definitely more challenging, but Piper that's one of her favorite tricks. She is very confident with the front flip. I'm sure she's feeling a little bummed right now because she stomped the backflip up top, but had a crash at the bottom, and we'll see how people score that run. But sometimes athletes, they're excited to see people push it, and so you never know how people are going to score you. I think that's incredible. I'm so glad she went for the backflip up top. She won the very first year she came to Kings and Queens in 2022, and since then she's been on the podium. She's always pushed herself and done something new off the top each time. She's an incredible skier, and now she can walk away saying she's the second woman ever to land a backflip the lip of Corbett. That's incredible.
Take us through maybe how does it feel to backflip off that thing? I mean, you being the first, what does it feel when you're halfway and you're flying upside down into that couloir?
Oh man, I don't even know. I think a lot of times when you're so focused on something, it's hard to even remember what it feels like.
Yeah, is that a core memory for you, or did you black out?
It's become a core memory because I've watched the video so much, but I think in the moment I blacked it out. I mean, everything goes away. You're not even thinking, you don't hear anything. You're just fully in your body and trusting your muscle memory, which Piper's an incredible athlete. She's got plenty of that, so I'm super proud of her showing. I'm really glad to see what she did there. I hope she feels okay and that crash didn't feel too bad.
I mean, that front flip was massive. I think at her peak there, she was about 5 feet higher than anybody else, going absolutely to the bottom. I think if she was 4 feet, like a little less, take us through
Here
it.
comes the replay. Huge backflip, laying it out, skiing away. She didn't even backstop or anything. That was super clean. Massive front flip. I think she just went a little bigger than she thought she was going to. Sometimes in the moment of competition, your nerves get high, your adrenaline comes, and you just always go a little bigger than you think.
Completely. With athletes getting practice on that bottom kicker through the week, we've received upwards of 2 feet of snow as well. So with the cats being out there grooming it, trying to keep it shaped as similarly as possible, tough to know exactly what that boost is going to be like. That was an awesome run for Piper, and she says if something doesn't work, she's going to pivot. She knows to listen to her body, and I think we'll be psyched to see her second run as well. Up next, we got Wyatt Gentry, local boy. His second year at the comp. He got the last-minute call last year, and he's coming from just on the other side of Teton Pass. Basically, home is here at Jackson Hole Mountain Resort, whether it's out ripping with his brother Luke, his dad works here. The Gentrys support this mountain in a big way. Wyatt's been a breakout skier of the year nominee with film projects. And let's hear from Wyatt.
I'm from Teton Valley, Idaho, and grew up on Jackson Hole Mountain Resort. My first time ever skiing Corbetts was when I was like 6. My coach went first, and he tumbled all the way to the very bottom, and it was on a hard-packed day, and there was like 3 or 4 of us at the top just watching him tumble down, and we're like, okay, I guess we got to do it now, guys. I felt good to ski to the bottom with both feet on the ground and make it all the way down without sliding like a penguin.
Well, he films with Crew 22, which is a local group. Fairly recently, they put out an edit that was about Wyatt's experiences at Kings and Queens last year, and I thought one of the most awesome parts was seeing fellow competitor Max Martin hype Wyatt up and ask him, what's your dream run? Got him to go from a 3 to a 7 off that top lip. And as we wait for Wyatt to drop in, I wonder what he's got in store for us today.
I mean, one thing's for sure. I think he's far from doing a penguin slide down this whole thing.
Here we go, Wyatt Gentry. Big 3, right through a money spot on that landing. This guy knows how to bend a ski. Another huge 3 off that center feature. He is going far, skiers right. Absolutely lacing those bottom cliffs. I didn't think we were going to see anybody over there this year. And putting a cork 7 to his feet. He is hyped. Oh my gosh.
That's a great run.
Let us just rejoice in this energy.
I mean, traversing over to that drop, come on, that cliff drop was an absolute banger. I think that would have been in any video part. Like, that was a video part run.
Yeah, really showing off his style there. He's more of a big mountain rider than a freestyler, and going over to those cliffs really shows that.
Wow, it's not easy to be the first one to put tracks in on anything. And it's been years, I feel like, since we saw any of the athletes go over and have the coverage for that bottom cliff.
Yep, I remember Crazy Carl and Blaine Gallivan going over there one of the early years, and since then it hasn't filled in quite right, except
Sander
this year,
as well.
Wyatt found a way.
I mean, and the confidence that he had in his line choice, like there was zero hesitation. He was traversing left and then boom, or traversing right, sorry, skiers right, and then he just knew exactly where to take that cliff.
A man with a plan and bringing it and absolutely executing. I mean, so much of this contest is like, if I do this, then I'll do that. But you don't really get to pass go until you get through the drop in. And catching the best transition on that huge air up top really requires some commitment. Even though Corbett's is a steep run, averaging about 45 degrees, anybody that has sent it off the nose and not landed in the perfect spot knows that it's not that steep of a landing for that big of an air. Let's check the replay on this. Wyatt coming in, spinning left, huge 3, and then linking up with another 3 on the center feature. That side piece last year, and then eventually you come over this ridge. It's a blind rollover. You gotta ski that with some serious commitment.
Oh, the rocks on the landing there, that is like you need to know your line, or like, and he knew his line. The confidence he rode into that was really something special.
That's
that was
where
a
his
hammer.
big mountain background came into play. We love to see the creativity in utilizing the couloir. I mean, this isn't just a slopestyle event. This is a Corbett's event, so finding a new way to get down the couloir is really, really cool. And he kind of got an extra hit compared to other riders with that. So
while
that
totally staying
really
in the
set
flow.
him up. Yeah.
And up next, we've got a new rookie for Kings and Queens, Elijah Singer. He's coming to us from effectively just down the road, Big Sky, Montana. And he's got the chops to be here. You know, a proud moment for him is an actual disqualification from the Freeride Junior World Championships for an invert, because when you're a junior, you're not supposed to put your feet over your head. But Elijah riding by his own rules, and I think that's going to suit him really well today. He's inspired by Kevin Gates, his younger brother Ethan, his older brother Isaac, Rhett Lesinger, and Jasper Skidmore. Shout out to Beyond Metal's crew for the best snowboard movies in the business, he says. And he's riding for World Boards, K2 Snowboards, Name Brand, and Dank Shades. V, have you been up to Big Sky to ski?
I have, yeah. It's a great place to ski. They're known for it being a little sharky up there, but the locals told me if you don't think about the sharks, you won't hit them. And I said, I don't know if that's how it works, but I'll give it a go.
Jody, how about yourself?
I mean, I have not skied there, but you know, or I actually haven't skied, but but this young buck.
Let's check out Elijah's profile right now.
Honestly, yesterday being my first time I've ever looked down Corbett's, I was really kind of, you know, the videos don't do it justice with the the height of the drop and then how steep the landing is. Like, as soon as you land, it's going to be 100 miles an hour straight down, and that's going to be really hard to shut down. So that's really what kind of like put a little bit of fear into my heart, just looking in it. Like, you're going to be going so fast once you hit the ground. I've never really been invited to anything quite like this, and you know, I just hope to have a great time, and it would be super sweet to land a run too. That would be awesome.
Obviously, Elijah's been doing his homework, because you're not going to come in here with a plan that you can immediately dial in on. You've got to be adaptable. But he's also been watching the clips to know that when you land off that top hit, you are moving Mach loony fast, and things are going to come at you real quick. So we're stoked to see young bloods out here, rookies, freshman class, however you want to refer to them. Oftentimes they're coming with way more experience than we anticipate.
I mean, this kid wants to get into NST. I know that, and there's no better time to shine than right now. You saw the one and only Travis Rice this morning posting about this event coming live. That means he's in the crowd right now, and he is the one that makes the calls at natural selection. And maybe if this kid pulls full pull, he'll be in the duels next year. I mean, I'm excited to see what he brings to the table.
I also heard he might be nursing a bit of a broken jaw, but hard to pass up an opportunity like this. When you want to break into those bigger events like NSC, you want to break into filming, and you have the invite. Sometimes you got to go for it, even if you have a bit of an injury like that.
Well, strap on the football helmet and get ready to roll, because this is going to be a hell ride no matter what's going on here.
Yeah, buckle up for this.
He is right, though. When he comes around on this landing, if he lands, he's going to be going mock chicken.
Sounds good to me. Things sound good to him. Elijah's ready to drop.
Oh, I'm excited for this. 19 years old.
Gives a shout out to Mom.
A lot of young guns this year.
Everybody's competing with love.
Oh, he's taking some speed. A lot of speed. He's tucking into this. Nice laid out back.
Back, a little over rotation on that.
Full over rotation. That was a bad. I hope he's okay there. I think he's a tough boy. Nice job, brother.
Strength doesn't begin to sum it up. Still some power turns to be had, but also really tricky when you ostrich in the snow in some way or another. It can be tough to see through those gogs, particularly as you come cranking into a bottom kicker.
Well, if he's feeling good here, just put on a little bit of show on this jump. Hit us with a nice floaty method. You know, that's what you got to do.
Beautiful, classic.
Classic. It's
Hope
classy.
Kirsch's watching.
Gauging the speed off that top lip is a huge challenge with Corbett's. It's completely blind, and it drops off the face of the earth. So these athletes are used to taking a little more speed into their jumps, and it's really hard to know what is going to get you into that sweet spot. So he took a little more juice than he needed, I think, but I mean, he's still pushing it, and that's what this comp is all about. So
he's smiling, he's laughing, he's having fun, he's okay.
So happy to see that. And a terrible would you rather short or over rotate?
Over every time.
Yeah,
I don't want to
me
hit
too.
my face.
How about you,
I shorted my first double attempt, and that did not feel great.
On small features, I'd always rather short, but on big features, the bigger they get, you do not want to overshoot them. And I gotta say, for a backflip 0.5 to this kid's back, he is a tough cookie.
What a beast.
I mean, what a beast. All right, let's see him.
Take us through this replay.
All right, dropping in here, 19 years old, full gas to his back on that backy. And then he takes it like a champ. And what does he do? When you land on your back, that's right, you hit us with a method. So you know what? When you land on your back, you stretch it out. He's getting ready for round 2.
Well, we're stoked to see Elijah doing well. Up next, we got Winter McBride. She's a Snow Basin local coming from Ogden, Utah. She's 25 years old, and she's having a big year. She got the call up to the Freeride World Tour. She competed in the IFSA World Championships recently. Not unlike the weather that we've experienced here, though, in Andorra, weather came in, and that cut her opportunity at the World Champs short. So I think she's really excited to put something down today for everybody to be able to see.
I mean, the weather we got today, let's just give a round of applause for Mother Nature just showing up. Like, wow. We got snow in the forecast and we got sun. We picked the day.
I love these big drone shots overhead. Let's hear from Winter what she's feeling at this comp. and then we'll be stoked to see her run.
When I found out, I remember it very vividly. I was sitting at my kitchen counter eating breakfast, and I opened my email quickly and saw the invite, and I literally jumped up and down. I feel pretty honored actually to be invited and feel like people see me as someone who can stand next to the other athletes that are competing. That feels really, really special.
You know, an interesting thing, she said in her interview that she dreams about skiing a lot. I feel like I think about skiing so much during the day that my brain doesn't let me go to that at night. How about either of you?
When I was competing in Corbet's, I definitely had some stress nightmares about it. The classic forgot your pants, forgot your boots kind of dreams. But I was hearing some of the other athletes talk about that this morning as well. It seems like it's a common thing.
Well, the Columbia 0-3P and Scott athlete is dropping in for her first go at Corbett's. Nice big straight air. Looking smooth and fast from what we can see. Coming into the centerpiece. Finding a pow takeoff. You know, when we're hitting these natural features, really tough to know how much kick you're gonna get, how much boost you'll be getting off that.
Yeah, if you can find a line that someone's taken before you, sometimes that'll give you a little extra speed off those center features.
Nice big clean straight air, feeling good.
Okay.
Always feels good to put down a run top to bottom.
You know, and some of these riders, I'm assuming, are going to have a different approach. Some of them are going to go full send, and some of them I think are going to send it on their second run. They're going to take the approach to feel it out, and then they're going to go, okay, I know I can do X.
We'll see. Yeah, if you've never come to Jackson before, if you've never even looked into Corbett's, it can definitely be intimidating, and you might want to see how it feels the first run. Personally, I would prefer to send on the first run because you're going to have 24 extra bomb holes on the second run.
All day.
V, you want to take us through the replay we'll have in a second?
Yeah, let's see the replay of Winter McBride. Clean air off the top, that's one of the best takeoffs you can ask for. Hitting a couple center jumps on the way and a big straight air on the bottom. Just a clean run from Winter. Seems like she was checking it out in there, and we'll see if she decides to push it more on her second run.
Yeah. Yeah, she said she wanted to ski authentically, and I think she put down her authentic self on that first run. Up next, running number 9. We've got a Frenchie, Lalo Rambo, hailing from La Clusaz. At 22
really
years
happy
old.
to be kind of a part of the Corbett history, and then also the fact of being probably one of the only Frenchmen to do it adds a little bit to it. So yeah, I'm proud to represent Europe and my home country.
Yeah, we are stoked to have Lalo here as well. He's been a great addition these last couple seasons here, rolling with that crew 22 and coming out with a great vid, all on black with another Jackson Hole local, Tucker Carson. I know these guys and Lalo's family who's visiting were out snowmobiling on the pass, and part of the difference between the Alps where he is and being out here in Jackson Hole is this emphasis on the space that we have. And he said you just have to go a little bit further, but you can always find fresh tracks. He's loving that.
I mean, he's also loving the snowmobile from what I've heard, that access that it gives you.
Yeah, the access that you don't find in Europe a lot.
I mean, you don't need to look much further than Jackson Hole, though. It's pretty much got all the goods right here.
It totally does.
I was just going to say, last year, Lalo sent a huge double backflip into the Couloir, so we'll see what he's thinking this year, if the conditions allow for that. I know he wants redemption on it.
Who else tried a double backflip into this Couloir?
Oh, I don't know, maybe me?
Who else skis La Clusaz in French?
Condito Vex,
Indeed.
goat, one of the goats.
Well, this line, Mammut, La Clusaz.
Are you thinking double backflip?
We'll see, we'll see.
Coming in hot.
Oh, I like that.
Is that switch 5? Oh, got kicked on the landing.
Got kicked on that landing. Kind of undeserving, to be honest. He came around like...
I know, it looks like he just caught a snow snake or something. He had the landing.
A little tough to see off. We'll check on the replay whether it was a butter or just cork 7 right off the top. Got to catch a run with him first thing yesterday morning, and he is on point on his skis.
I mean, would that be called a butter to cab 5? What do you guys call that?
I think
Is that
that's
correct?
fitting.
Yeah. That was
Sure.
great. I love that a little creativity like that, especially when conditions aren't bottomless in the couloir. Instead of sending a massive double backflip, getting a little creative, throwing a butter in there. That's a great move by Lalo.
Totally. Former king Colby Stevenson put that to use in recent years, doing late 180 to buttering off. And leading up to this comp, if you're not aware, if you've been underneath a rock for this winter, there's a lot of weather volatility. And the Rockies here have been hit with a huge month-long high-pressure system that broke this week.
The viz can be pretty tough in the couloir, even if we have sun like this. You get sun on the lip, and you never get sun inside the couloir because it's so north-facing. It's just shady. So that's an added challenge for these athletes: is coming off the lip with sun and then having your eyes adjust in the air to the shade that you're going to land into.
Yeah, that's a good point. As we've finally been getting snow this week, winds have been really favorable for us out of the west, southwest. We like pretty much everything except wind out of the north, which tends to come straight up Corbett's and potentially remove some of the snow that's been placed in here so gently. Jackson Hole Mountain Resort goes out of its way to prepare this course for everybody by closing it off to the public. And, you know, as a local, sometimes you wish you could get in there, but I certainly don't want to ski Corbett's every day of the season, especially during a high and dry period like we had before. I think what we're probably seeing are athletes tagging through to that firm at the base underneath the fresh snow. Looks like we might have a replay from Lalo in just a moment.
I mean, I want to see just how big. That looked like massive. I mean, for a butter to cab 5, that was full gas. You know what I mean? He was
completely
pedal to the metal.
Taking that nose takeoff with like a butter 5 and
yeah, kind of looped out on that.
Going full yard on that one. Giving us a little bit of a break dance in the landing. Glad to see he's okay.
Yeah, big tumble out of Lalo. Strong dude, and hopefully we see him back for that second run.
I mean, one thing's for sure is if you're in this event, you kind of have to be a bit of a dog. Like, this is for people that really are wanting to push their riding to new heights, because this is a full mental clock, and when you're hitting something this buck.
You're absolutely right. And like as we see Quinn Boutot getting ready up top, you know, we have to think about what the motivation of the athlete is. Is it for themselves? Is it for the other athletes? Is it for the viewers at home?
You know, especially for these rookies, I can just say how I felt coming in as a rookie and unsponsored skier. You see this as such an opportunity to make your big break into the industry, which puts a lot of added pressure onto this competition, but it has made a lot of careers. If you can come into this competition and put down a good run, all of a sudden you might find yourself having sponsors and having film invites. Huge opportunity.
I mean, if you can ride and put a full pull top to bottom run on this, you can go and film.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's hear it from Quinn himself.
Found out 2 days ago that I was coming down here. I'm kind of in shock still about the whole thing. Last 2 days have been pretty hectic. I had to finish up a construction job that I was running to be able to come down here to take off work, and we got her buttoned up, and then we came down here. Shout out Stetson and Mac for letting me off work. I'm pretty amped up.
That's classic.
That is what we like
All these
to hear.
young athletes with the drive.
Yeah.
Right? You really got to put yourself out here in order to do this. And
so many people ask you, how do you make it? How do you make it? It's called working hard, and he did what he had to do to get here, and now he's about to launch off this. I mean, in his profile it says, likes to jump off of big rocks.
Check.
I think he's at the right place then.
Yeah, he is.
Freshly off work, finished his construction, here he goes.
He's been to Jackson before, but this is
he's
going to be
taking
his
speed.
first run in.
Going big, off the nose.
Pumping in a little speed check.
Oh, I think
He's going to go
Wasn't
back up.
feeling it.
Yeah, he maybe didn't have the right speed. He'll go back up.
I think he's looking like he's going to jam off of his friend is laying on the ground, and he's got a snowboard on top of him. He's opting for a rare move called the human pole jam. Which we have you seen this yet? Is this a new feature?
No, this was done by Cam and Keegan.
Oh.
Keegan Rice, the photographer, laid down
Cam
for him.
Fitzpatrick.
Cam Fitzpatrick has
Yeah.
already done this. A local, a Jackson
Yeah.
Hole local, and an absolute ripper. I used to ride with him on a team way back in the day when he was a small little kid, and that kid was a standout back then. Him and Mons Roisland, two of the best. Nice to see him settle here full-time in Jackson. I know he grew up here, but mentoring guys like Yuki Kadono and bringing them out into the goods. Nice to see him hiking back up here for this human pole jam.
Totally, and nice to see him hiking back up, because you wouldn't want a young athlete dropping in and not feeling prepped. We've got these time windows for everybody. Make use of it.
That's the best part about this competition is it's made for the athletes. If you feel like your speed isn't right and you need to go back up, that's completely allowed. So glad to see you took advantage of that.
I mean, when you're going human pole jam, maybe you need to do another in-run,
Maybe.
I don't think anybody's harping on him for that. I think everybody, in fact, is excited. And now there's this element of anticipation, a little thing called anticipation. And when people, these viewers, are seeing a human laying on the ground and then putting their base up of their snowboard to allow another snowboarder to jam off of that and fly off of a 40-foot cliff into the couloir, I think we can all appreciate, and we're all down to wait.
Yeah.
For this magnificent stunt we're about to see.
Yeah.
I highly recommend checking out Keegan Rice's photos from that, because he's an incredible photographer, and so not only was he laying down for Cam, but he had his camera in his hands, and he got some pretty epic shots of that.
Sick shot of a flying bison up there in the sky. Oh wait, that's Big Red, famous tram of Jackson Hole Mountain Resort. And as we watch it go out of view, or in view, we can see it cruise past us. The windsock on top of Tower 5 is just laying still. And as we look behind us, we're starting to see more sunshine. We can see some tracks out in the backcountry south of the resort. This has really turned into an incredible day. There we are. Hi. Hi.
Oh, hey, everyone.
Ah, and right there in front of us. We are staying nice and cozy and warm. Big shout out to Mammut. Thanks for keeping us cozy right now. We are hydrated. We are protected from the sun. It's so good to be out here with you all. Thank you for tuning in.
We're kind of living the dream right now. This is as good as it gets.
I am living the dream. Comparing my morning this year to last year, I'm a lot more relaxed. I'm happy to be here.
Earlier I loved hearing from you that just due to this time of year, your body reacts. And here we've got Quinn dropping in.
All right, I think he's going to commit to this, Here he goes. He's going a little bit faster. He's going human pole jam, front flip. Oh, he's going wheelbarrow end over end. I hope he's all good.
Oh, I hope he's okay.
That was a vicious ragdoll.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Quinn, you animal.
Oh, yeah, he's a tough cookie.
That was not just a pole jam. That was like a human trampoline right there.
Yeah, that launched him up a little bit more than I think he thought. That's a big drop off the nose.
Holy smokes.
Let's see what he's got for us on the bottom here. I mean, he didn't just take off his construction job to not do anything. Oh, here we go. Maybe.
I appreciate playing it safe, cruising around that bottom booter.
I mean, like we were all saying, one of our favorite things about this is just you don't know what each rider's going to do. And the human pole jam to front flip, I don't think that was on my bingo card. I didn't see that one coming, and I got to say, he's got a face full of snow, he's got a smile, and I got to say, I think that's a first.
That is definitely a first. That was incredible.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
If you're wondering what it takes to be a
Unreal.
That was intentional. Maybe he was trying the pole jam front flip to quad front flip. I think he ended up doing about 4 of them. I can't wait to see this replay. I hope they can hit us with the slow-mo and the landing. Now that we know he's all good, who doesn't like to see a good end over end,
Likes to jump off rocks, likes to jump. That was a proper jump.
I mean, speaking of end over end, just as an iconic clip that comes to mind, one of my good friends, Sean Pettit, back in the day, he has one of the most vicious ragdolls over and over front flipping. I wonder if he can match that same.
Yeah. Total number of Tommies.
Yeah, I think he had about 6 or 7 of them. Here he goes, human pole jam, front flip, and he 1, 2, 3. I think that was a quad. I think he hit us with a quad.
Could have gone double.
I mean, the one thing's for sure is Jackson Hole is providing great snow quality, so he took off some time off of work, He rode a power lap. He nose blunted off the knuckle. I think he's having a good time.
That's incredible. Yeah, there's really two main takeoffs off of the lip. There's the nose where we saw Quinn just go, and then a bit to skier's left. I don't know what you would call that, maybe over the goat path.
Yeah.
They kind of both have their advantages. Off the nose, it's always bigger.
Let's hear from Nate Bromley, our next rider.
I've watched this event for, I mean, probably the last like 6 years, like consistently, and it just kind of blows my mind every year. So carrying the tradition this year in Corbett's, I'm just excited. I think it's a huge opportunity, so stoked to be here.
I mean, we're stoked to have him here as well. I've seen Nate out on the hill basically every day this week, riding at Palisades Tahoe and for Jones Snowboard, Autumn Headwear, and Vans. He knows how to make a big air look smooth.
I mean, yeah, when you got when you're rolling with some sponsors like Autumn and Vans, you know his approach is going to be, you know, I'm imagining it's going to be pretty steezy. This kid all week, switch backside one. Wow. I mean, the photo probably ended up being great. A little bit of a bobble in the landing, maybe a full bobble,
Nice
but he's
pow
ripping
slash.
now. Oh, huge backy.
A little punch front on the landing there.
Look how
Still going, still
hauling.
going.
This kid's a ripper.
Carrying speed into this bottom.
Back
border.
one.
Style for miles. Let's sketch out.
You know what, though? Way to
Great
go,
recoveries on all of those. Great recoveries.
You know, switch back one, back flip to back one. All in all, if he had pieced that run together, that's a great top to bottom pull, great trick selection. I'm a huge fan of this kid. I think we're going to be hearing a lot more of this kid, Nate, in the future. Pleasure to meet him this week, and yeah, even bigger fan now. Can't wait for that replay. Like, I think he almost had it a little squirrely when he got on that switchback one. Right when he poked, I think he might have saw the landing under his armpit and maybe knew he was going into a hole. With the switchback one specifically, you can really spot your landing on that trick.
He had called out and joined Mike Boggs' run from last year, which was really smooth and stylish, and he was definitely able to bring that fluidity, even with some bobbles, to that last run.
I mean, Mike Boggs, no doubt, I think he's 23rd to drop, but he is a fan favorite, and he's coming up.
Going back to Yuki, I think in 2022 he threw a switchback one off the top as well.
All right, let's take a look at this replay. Coming in here, switch. I mean, great trick. I mean, if you're going off a step down, one of the best tricks that you can do is a switchback one. I think he dropped a little bit out of the air, more than he had anticipated. Coming in for one of the more easy tricks, the backcountry straight air, as we call it, the back flip. And then the backside one, and I think he just got a little excited there, you know? I think that, you know, go back up there, go a little bit shorter on that switchback one, clean up that back flip, which I think he could easily do, and then that back one he's got all day. I mean, I saw him hitting the jump earlier this week, and that kid is a ripper, so excited to see what he does next.
Sometimes the mountain just gives you mixed signals, right? You short one air, you overshoot another one. And somebody with crazy air awareness, dropping next is Wyndham Miller.
What is he known for? Let's go.
Well, let's hear it from Wyndham, what he's got to say about this year's Kings and Queens of Corbett.
I really just want to land. I really just want to land something, and then I haven't seen it at all. But if it snows the next few days and it looks okay, then I'll probably try a lawn dart. But if it looks bulletproof, I probably won't dive headfirst into the Couloir. But I really want to. You just think about the weight of what you're actually doing, and that a lot of people will see it and look up to you. The weight of that just kind of sticks with you a little bit.
Yeah, and the images of Wyndham in previous years sticks with me. I mean, this guy's not only got the lawn dart on a snowboard, but dude can flip a dirt bike. He works with Nitro Circus. He's coming out of here. He calls himself an all-terrain snowboarder, which I think sums it up pretty broadly.
I mean, this event is, especially for snowboarding, it's, there's a rail up here now. It's all about the ATV, and I think that he's got that. And one thing for sure that we've been talking about is foot on the gas, and I think he's going to show us today, foot on the gas. Lawn dart, put it down.
Wow.
I think he got that.
that
He
was
got
nice.
that. What a legend. Backside
Totally,
three.
back three.
Oh, it landed in a track. Too bad.
You know, athletes are going to be judging this, so they know what it's like to land in chopped up landings and how that plays in.
I mean, I think he came all the way here to do that.
Yeah,
I think that's what he wanted to do. I think he's rolling down right now like I did it.
He found
Front 7 off the toes, huge.
lofty.
I mean, that's got to be a fan favorite right there. The lawn dart off of a cliff. Who doesn't like to see that?
We'll see on the replay, but it looked like he really found that ideal landing very close to the rock. He found some fresh, even though he's a little bit later in the run order.
Yeah, we talk about a backflip giving you like a good perspective on your landing. I want to see his GoPro clip of these front flips off the top there, because that is so much time to just stare into the void. You know, on one hand, giving yourself some trick to do off the top occupies your mind. When you are staring at your landing from 40 plus feet up, like there is a lot to marinate on.
All right, let's take a look at this. I mean, yeah, like he's full foot on the gas. I mean, this guy's a moto guy. Like he's just not afraid. That's a different level of commitment.
Smooth landing on that. You're gonna come out mobbing.
I mean, it's too bad he couldn't, this bottom half, like he had the back three, but he landed in a hole and just a little bit under rotation on that front sev off the toes, and I mean, that would have been a heater top to bottom. I think he would have been easily sitting in first with that run, at least on the snowboard side.
Riding number 13 on the 13th, we've got Erica Vikander. She's originally from Montana, living up in Hood River, 34 years old, and another one of these athletes with tremendous experience and really mentoring new riders out here at Kings and Queens. She was on the Freeride World Tour for 6 seasons. She had 19 career podiums, had event wins, a lot of top 3 overall finishes. She's been on the podium in the women's snowboarder category here. Looking to improve in this, her 3rd year. And so far this season, you know, the Pacific Northwest hasn't been blessed with a ton of snow. So at Mount Hood, she said there's a lot of flat landings, and that's testing her quads and preparing for that, but also hitting the park a lot, working on her tricks. She's riding for niche snowboard, Zeal, Pret, Cole Headwear, Dakine, Bent Metal Binding Works, and Gordini. Let's hear it from Erica.
I am really excited to be back. I actually went up and took a little look around today. I'm feeling pretty confident. You know, I do a lot of visualization when it comes to events like this. I think we're all really wonderful athletes. That's why we're here, but it kind of comes down to who has a stronger mental game. So this year I've really been focusing on that, in addition just keeping the body happy and as pain-free as it can be at this point in my career.
I mean, here to that, 34. I think anybody who's listening to this over 30 is thinking to themselves, how the heck are these people launching front flips into that thing?
I love it.
But Heldor Helgeson did say recently on the bomb hole that you got to keep slamming and keep falling, because the minute you stop falling, you can't do it anymore, you know?
This is true. We don't always want to take big hits, but it can be a huge reminder of what you're capable of. And, you know, I think riding POW the last couple days during the weather window, it's given all these athletes an opportunity to, like, feel it out, almost have the bumpers in the side to, like, keep yourself totally out of the gutter.
I mean, a good ragdoll is like going to, you know, physiotherapy for like a week. You know, you're getting every limb stretched every which way. You know, you're getting a crack in your spine. You're good to go.
It's a free chiropractic
it's a
session.
free, it's a free adjustment.
But Erica, with her experience, I think also knows how to, like, keep it smooth, keep it fluid. How to take a creative look on this. She's got a great eye for micro transitions and, like, features that people might pass by otherwise. And that's another element. It's like, over the years, it's been hard not to focus on the top air, but then by hitting that top air, what are you sacrificing elsewhere within the run?
I mean, I think, like, being such a veteran, she might do something a bit more strategic, where she goes a smaller air at the top, keeps it together, gets something clean on that middle jump, and then put down a trick on the bottom and try to, you know, place with something that's top to bottom full pull. Or does she just go Hail Mary and get something that's stand out at the top and then go to the bottom?
Love watching this hype up.
Hear her breathing, see her smacking her legs. She's ready to go.
I mean, visibility seems a little bit lower right now.
Coming in above.
Yeah, just
nice
off the-
smooth entrance. Getting a good pow turn over on the looker's left side underneath the rocks there.
The one thing about riding into that thing for the future riders is there's pretty aggressive track now. You're going to need to go pretty deep to that right wall to get a good landing.
You know, if the PNW hasn't been getting enough snow, it's nice to enjoy some pow turns in the middle of Couloir, lining herself up for this bottom air. Nice. Boosting big, feeling it out. I think she's gonna be stoked to just, you know, lay down a run.
Yeah, I think she was a little bit nervous, or there's a bit of hesitation on that ollie. I think she was originally thinking about doing a bit of an air into there, and then she opted to just drop into that.
Light could have been a factor as well. We see this cloud coming in.
Totally.
A little challenging. And we're getting a little later in the run order. There's more and more bomb holes each rider.
I mean, one thing's for certain, that if you're staring at this from the top, it's a very different perspective. It's the classic, like, if you're in the rider's shoes, it's going to look a lot different when you're standing and staring into that couloir with, you know, 15 or something tracks now. It's easy for us to sit here on the screen to wish that she tried a triple backflip, you know, but it's a lot different when you're in the rider's shoes.
We should have the replay up momentarily. Nice, really no hesitation, dropping straight in off that lip and getting a good turn over on the rider's right. When the clouds come in and with snow in your face, it can be real tough to like manage the depth perception in the middle of the run.
Totally. I mean, that visibility is huge, and you can really see when you get to the bottom jump there that the visibility was good to go. But dropping into a couloir when you can't see, you know, different kind of beast. And as you can see here, we're in and out of light right now. You know, we're window shopping, as they would say.
It's pretty cool between the riders when you're not on. You're going to be out there watching the other riders from the lip. Tristan Lilly's coming up next, and last year was a huge breakout for him in this contest. Had the pleasure of riding a tram with Amy and Jason, Tristan's parents, the other day.
My favorite part, I don't know, I feel like I have a lot of favorite parts to the competition, even though I've only done it once, but I'd say the actual act of doing it, like when we're there and you're locked in, it's pretty sick watching everybody throw down. Other than that, I'd say meeting new people. Unfortunately, I don't ride with snowboarders that often, so I love coming and hanging out with the snowboarders as well here. I'm super stoked to do it again. I think that I haven't come close to everything that I can get done in there, so yeah, let's run it back.
Yeah, run it back indeed. And downside, one of the few downsides of being an Alta skier, you don't get that snowboarder influence when you're there. Tristan blew onto the scene last year with a very viral hand drag 3 turned hand drag 7. Last year, after seeing him here, yes, he did.
Judging by that interview, he's got plenty in the tank. I think he wants to make a mark. Look at that confidence on the in-run.
Love that turn. And, you know, checking up, his background is in ski racing, originally from Bethel, Maine, home of Sunday River. I mean, a lot of speed checks going on, everybody's friends up here. I have to give a big shout out to events crew of just like cordoning off this zone, letting athletes feel comfortable in the space, and again, utilizing this window that you've got to drop in. you want everything lined up. And when you see a guy bend his ski like that on the entranced Corbets, you might be seeing big things. Tristan skiing for K2 skis, grass sticks, Jabri, and sweet protection. He, like many before him, myself included, finds his way from the East Coast going west, and he's the oldest of 3 brothers. One's already followed Tristan. His dad, Jason, told me that his dad's first run in Jackson was Corbett's Couloir when he was like 20, 21. And then as soon as he brought Tristan out here, Tristan, age 12 or 13, his first run in Jackson was Corbett's Couloir. I think coming from that New England background where you might be used to icy moguls, skiers from the general tri-state area. No, we love you too. All of our friends all around the country, all around the world watching today. So hyped to have you with us.
I mean, one thing's for certain, to have a live feed only happens when you have a group of great sponsors that get behind the event. So big shout outs to all the sponsors that are getting behind this event and the sponsors sponsoring these athletes too. Like, you know, it's hard out these days to get good sponsors, to get good support, and a lot of these rippers, like if you see them and you like what they're doing, reach out. These are the people that are going to be making a mark, and you can make a, you know, one sponsorship that gives a kid $5,000. That's enough for them to go on 1 or 2 trips to maybe rent a sled for the day and change the course of their whole life. So if you like what some of these rippers are doing, hit them up.
Yeah, this contest and exactly what you're saying are all catalysts for growing upon and expanding yourself as an athlete.
And inspiring individuals, you know what I mean? Like, these people are the people that are actually inspiring people by doing something that's magnificent. Like, these people are doing something that's not average. It's something that takes years of talent, the injuries they have to overcome. It's like, it's an amazing achievement to be as good as these athletes, and it should be celebrated. Oh, the stoke is real.
Listen to him shake it out.
Here we go.
Whoa, lazy front flip to his feet, right off the nose. That was so sick. Riding strong and fast.
Big backflip.
Getting that backy around. A little washout on the tails, unreal. Still on the move. Not holding back, coming in, switch to the bottom kicker. Beautiful. Love a zero spin. We can all
we love that.
appreciate big spins and big tricks, but steezy and simple can win every time.
Well, I gotta say, a hot trick this year seems like the front flip.
I'm loving the front flip. That was so smooth and so clean. Piper and Tristan, partners competing in this competition together. Really cool dynamic.
The stoke is real.
Yeah, that lazy boy takeoff, like you called it, is so impressive to see. He knew exactly where he was the entire time.
And watching this reaction, this kind of speaks to how things are going to be judged this week. It's athlete judged, they're going to be viewing, and on Saturday night, that's when the winners, we've got 4 different categories: men's ski, women's ski, men's snowboard, women's snowboard, and then top scorers for men and women, they are the ones that will be crowned king and queens of Corbetts. We should have a replay momentarily of Tristan's run. We're all stoked to see that.
I want to see how clean that front flip landing was, because from our angle, it looked bolts.
Completely. If you think about the distance between your toes and your heel and trying to line things up so your weight comes down perfectly and you stand that up, I mean, very challenging to look calm and collected off the lip like he was.
Let me ask you this, Andrew. How much to front flip off of that right now?
Ooh, we're talking a lot of money.
How much? Ballpark. Let's go. 10 grand?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to see at least that number of figures.
Well, that's what these athletes are thinking of. The prize money is 10 grand for king and queen, so that's what they're looking at here.
Really good point. Veronica, you know more than anyone else what it's like to be in that position. Would you say that that prize money factors into any of the decision making?
I don't Well, we'll see the replay of Tristan.
Yeah, I think these athletes are doing it for the love, for themselves, and for each other.
And for a check, let's be honest here.
doesn't-
Front flip
I think it's a
into
perk. It's a
Couloir.
perk.
It's a perk.
It's a perk.
I mean, money talks, you know what I mean? If you're taking some time off a construction job, you want to maybe make a bag.
And
I agree, but I think all these athletes are internally motivated. Like, this all comes from them.
I
and
agree.
The 10 grand is just a nice cherry on top.
You know, we had some flashes of that replay.
Here it
go. Oh man, almost like a dead sailor.
It was as
right
clean as
off
I
the
thought.
front. So clean. And with the popularity of that centerpiece feature there, that landing just getting a little more bombed out. I think we've had a lot of our snow shift down the slope this week, so it's probably pretty deep there.
That's got to feel so tough when you, the biggest challenge is obviously the lip of the couloir, and you lace that landing and then getting hung up on something down lower in the couloir. That's a tough feeling, but he still has to be feeling pretty good about that front flip.
Now, dropping 15 and standing up here at the start, that flashy red jacket, let's hear it from Kelly Hillicky.
This is not my first time in Jackson Hole, but it will be my first time skiing Corbetts. It's hard for me to grasp like the number of people that have skied through those like 2 rocks. You know, it's pretty crazy. I honestly feel like I'm just like one little word in the book of Corbett's Couloir, but I'm hyped that I get even that feature. It's a pretty legendary place.
Yeah, well-spoken guy and coming here with an incredible mindset, and I think there is a chance that the name Kelly could be written real big in this history of Corbett's. This young man's been on the Freeride World Tour, competed in the World Championships a couple weeks ago in Andorra. He is a powerful skier in any form. He's repping Vocal, Marco Del Bello, Aspen Snowmass, been filming with TGR, Teton Gravity Research, Surefoot BCA, and Obermeyer.
I mean, you can really see that the light has kind of cut out a little bit here.
And yet,
Double backflip. Lace!
huge double backy.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is what
Crushing turns in the middle.
that crowd is.
Yeah, screaming seamen.
Having fun in the coulee.
Just keep it together here on this jump. What do you think we're going to see on this jump here?
Oh my gosh, he has done so many creative things this week.
Double
The front to Brainy. Yes!
Oh my God. That could be the king right there. That was an incredible run. Such a clean double backflip, like it was nothing.
Let me just pick my jaw up real quick. Take a couple breaths. Let's listen in on what this is feeling like down there.
I don't know what skiing calls that last trick, but that wet noodle or whatever was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Wet noodle is appropriate.
Well,
a front flip to Branny, I think, or Brawny is what
yeah,
it's called.
The flexibility to do a front flip to noodle flip, like, I don't know what that last maneuver was. It was insane.
Well, obviously he is doing this himself, but he's got some great coaches down in Aspen. Shout out to the crew there.
So would that be called a double front flip revert in kind of snow? Like,
man, we'll have to hear from Kelly what he calls that. But double front Branny.
I think he can name
front
it.
to Branny. You know, years ago there were some brothers in the Midwest, Luke and Adam Schrabb, that were doing some real technical tricks like that. We saw Shane McConkey doing Brannies, both switch and forward.
I mean,
so clean, so confident. It's like he barely felt any of that compression on the landing.
One of the most terrifying tricks to me is Screaming Seaman. Here's that bottom feature. Front to front 180, to put it in layman terms.
Ooh, that was nuts.
Wow.
Kelly
that's
was feeling
exciting.
it. That
got me fired up. From what we've seen so far, I think that might be the king.
I mean, his favorite band is Pennywise, and it looked like he was going down there, and he was, he was flying down there to Pennywise.
I think he had Broham live version in his head, in his mind. And up next, dropping next, we've got last year's Queen of Corbet's, Anna Asamont. She's Salt Lake City based. She's a snowbird athlete. She's been out here ripping this week. She's skiing for Lion Skis, Giro, Blackstrap, Eau Claire, Zip Fit, Backcountry, and Boot Cap. Let's hear it from her.
This event, for me specifically, like I wasn't involved in freeride for a very long time. This is the first event where I kind of saw what was possible. It's not just like a sport where like trying to score goals or, you know, compete for a finish line, but we're all like supporting each other, and it's an artistic thing. We're doing something pretty subjective, like you're kind of just more in support of everyone rather than really competing.
All right, sounds like Anna's going to be dropping in about 30 seconds. She's been working on some great film projects in recent years. I just love all the avenues that these athletes take to express themselves and show what they're capable of.
And I mean, it's nice to see athletes commit to these video projects, these long format movies that we all know and love.
She's inspired by her twin brother, Mikey, a professional hockey player.
Big
huge
backflip, going a little big.
I think she got the POW though, so I think she's all right.
She's got a pretty white kit from backcountry.com, and coming into view, she is already halfway down the run. That was a huge backy, and glad to see her with all of her gear and together. Front flip off the center feature. This is awesome to see that resilience. Big straight air. Sick run from Anna. I mean, all these variables coming together when you're still in one piece off that top air, like if your skis are underfoot, you're still moving, right?
It gets me so hyped up to see these women throwing down. I mean, every year we see more and more women jumping off the top, hucking big tricks off the top. I think that's like a huge, this competition has been a huge influence on women's progression in the sport, and I just love to see it. Even though she went a little big and she landed on her back, she's sending it off the top. That's what this comp is all about.
Completely. There's her boyfriend, Henry, sick snowboarder himself. You know, saw her out there yesterday. She boosted a backy into the POW, and all of a sudden when you're throwing that into Corbetts, you just have so much more time. And even if you're like looking to stall it out, it can be really easy to get over the tails, and then all of a sudden you're on your back.
That's the challenge, is you don't get to hit it before, and so you're not exactly sure about your speed, and it's always a little bigger than you think. I'm glad she caught the POW on that.
Yeah, she seemed to really pop up, and we'll see it in the replay momentarily.
I mean, the one thing you can't practice is a step down unless you're somebody who's riding at an amazing resort like Jackson Hole. Step downs aren't very prominent. You're not finding them in the park. And when you practice a park trick and you try to take it to a step down, that doesn't always translate and work so well.
That's exactly right. It's so different. We have a lot of great places that.
Let's check out this replay. Yeah, just a little bit more tuck in the knees than she needed. But clean and smooth style. I mean, what put her on the podium last year was like sick turns, great airs. You don't always have to go super technical to impress your peers.
There is some strategy to this, you know, for sure. You can be the flow lord who's just going down and looks incredible on, you know, your skis or your snowboard, and you're flowing down the mountain and everybody enjoyed it and you chalk up a second or third place. Or, you know, what this event to me really embodies is somebody going full gas. And I mean, as we saw there with, you know, double front flips and the spaghetti noodle thing and double back flips. And I mean, we've seen it all so far. It's what's to come.
Speaking of spaghetti noodle, like this next rider, skier out of Boston originally, Alex Hackle, he was doing triple corks way before most other people were. And his career has really evolved into all these different forms. He is not one to sit on what he's done previously. In fact, in his interview, he talked about this Japanese ethic or theory of misogi. You know, we'll might hear from him in just a moment. He's one of the founders of a ski brand that he's repping. I think it's
1000.
Yes, thank you.
They're the all red skis, and they're known for making movies that are just exceptionally creative. They see features on the mountain like nobody else their athletes do.
I mean, he's a little bit of a legend in the field, if I'm correct, right? Like, he's an X Games champ. Like, he's kind of done it all.
Yeah, and even here, he's had a third place and a second place. So he's a huge contender for that top spot every year. he's been looking for the crown every year.
Let's hear it from Alex himself.
I would say Corbett's is really scary. I look at these events kind of like a Misogi, which is like a year-defining event that's gonna force you to get outside of your comfort zone. But if you're able to enjoy yourself and to ski under that pressure, then it's the stuff you look back on of the season that you're the most proud of.
Yeah, being proud of what you're doing out here is really what it's all about. Alex has a sick YouTube channel. I mean, not unlike yours, V. But we see him taking on a lot of different challenges, I would say, within skiing. He's incredibly humble in that way. I know my ego is pretty fragile. Once I get something down, I'm like, this is where I want to stay. This is my comfort zones.
That's how you improve, is you stay a beginner. You keep trying new things. Let's see what he's got here.
Not sure if this is drop or speed check. It is drop.
7.
Beautiful
Wow.
7 in.
That was clean.
Coming across for this centerpiece hit.
I mean, I will say that skiing
spinning left
in
side
this
this
terrain
time.
is something that is.
Oh, and there's one of those double quirks.
Skiing in that chunder is just something that skiing, the tool, can do a bit better than snowboarding. I mean, I've skied with snowboarding in the biggest terrain, and I gotta say, wow, you can really handle that chunder when you're on skis. And when you're a veteran like him, what a run.
Yeah, we'll see on the replay. I think he did a great job. Sometimes as the landing gets more and more chopped up, you want to get closer.
Let's listen to Alex real quick. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, Alex, you don't have to be sorry for anything. He was sharing the love with all of us.
He Misogi'd right down that whole thing.
It is so cool. And, you know, these reactions are so real. When you're up top, you are just in the zone, right? You're trying to keep it compartmentalized. And this release you get when you're at the bottom of the run.
I don't think he's going to be going up for another run. Oh, he is stoked.
I love it. I love it. And he's sharing that with everybody out here. I mean, it feels so good to be part of that energy at the bottom of this run.
Yeah, I really think that chop, though, is going to be handled a lot better than the skiers. There's something about like the moguls and the background of dealing with that chop. Snowboarding, you really need to find those.
Let's check the replay on this.
Those open zones. All right.
Alex last year had gone from a hand drag 3 to a 7. He's super calculated.
All right, take us through this replay here, Andrew.
Yeah, we see right now Jack up top. He'll be dropping next. Nice grab on that 7. Immediately in control, and such a floaty double cork. I love the wide stance. I mean, I have a hard time not picturing Tanner Hall back in the day with a little bit of gorilla steez.
Oh, shout-outs Tanner Hall, dude. What a legend.
Shout out to Jack McDougall, our next drop in. Tell me a little bit about Jack.
Well, Jack McDougall is a younger figure from Canada, 24 years old, close who, you know, our group of snowboarders in Whistler really have tried to take him under our wing. Best friends with one of the best snowboarders in the world right now, Bryn Alexander, and that is rubbing off on him. Jack is one of the greatest snowboarders. If I was a betting man, which I do like to gamble, I would be putting my money on Jack McDougall.
That is sick.
I've been watching Kings and Queens for like probably the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah, pretty cool event. I haven't been out here yet before, so it's always cool to unlock a new zone and then check the Couloir out in person. A little nervous for sure, but like cool to get that like kind of nod to go ahead and try to do something crazy into that thing. Just keep the lore going.
Indeed, this is his first experience at Corbett's.
I mean, this kid is he is so good. He could go on a trip tomorrow anywhere with like the greatest snowboarders. It wouldn't really matter who they are, and he can hang. Like I would say, yeah. Like I said, if I was a betting man, I'd put your money on Jack McDougall. I think that he's going to try a chicane, a cab 5 chicane. I would imagine, but he's an animal and he's got a massive bag of tricks. Yeah, he's coming in switch. Cab 5, perfect. A little bit of an overshoot. don't know if he landed that. I think he...
Into a cloud of powder.
I think he overcooked it. Yeah, but I mean, the photo's going to be sick. The laid out back. Let's see if he can power through that
Right
landing.
to his feet. I was going to say, you're complimenting skiers on their ability to handle the chop, but Jack is showing his legs are ready.
Backside 10, backside 10. Oh, just a bit of a butt check there. He's not going to be happy that run.
I mean, you can't deny energy when you're at the bottom, but also the mindset to want to clean it up.
I mean, I think he's going to want that second run, clean up that cab 5 into that back 10, but I mean, he is, you know, you're talking about degrees away from putting together one of the best runs.
Exactly.
Still proud of him. He looked incredible in the air, you know, that whole style element that we know and love so much. Jack McDougall with that cab 5, popping and actually getting a really nice tweak on that cab 5. I mean, if you're a photographer, you probably got an amazing frame out of that.
I always did better with still photos than video.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, Jack has been enjoying his time here in Jackson, and I mean, talk about what Grand Prairie, Alberta's like versus Whistler, now home.
I mean, a long career still just unfolding for this Ripper. I'm excited to see what he's going to do in the future. Jack Dukes is his Instagram handle. Make sure you follow that kid. I mean, as far as a snowboarder goes, he's top tier.
Another top tier snowboarder.
Speaking of top tier, who do we have next here?
Dropping number 19 is Yuki Kadono. And it was back in 2021 that he first made an appearance here at Kings and Queens of Corbett. And wouldn't you know, made a quick jump from Big Bear to Jackson Hole after that.
Let's take a look at Jack Dukes' run again here. As you can see, the lighting's going down a little bit. The dropping, oh,
we got
some in-runs.
Speed check, that's Valerie right there.
Go replay. Let's check a look. Cab 5, really nice tweak on that. A bit of an overcook. Like if he would have slowed that down a little bit more, he would have had that. Back 10, a little, he could have went a bit deeper on.
Right, it's these mixed messages from the huge step down to a park kicker. We are seeing such good action today. Like, I don't know if I need the giant puffy because my heart is beating so fast, but I am cozy. Up next, so Yuki Kadono from Hyogo, Japan, but he's been living around Jackson for the last couple of years. He's been at it for half of his life, competing at the top tier of snowboarding. Was Aaron Style winner at age 16, overall slopestyle World Cup champion.
I mean, Yuki Kadono is one of the most progressive snowboarders that has ever lived. I mean, he's beaten Mark Mick.
This contest was the reason I decided to move to Jackson. I got invite and I came here and I felt like, oh my God, this is gonna be my place. Just like beautiful, like how you feel being backcountry and with homies. It makes me realize, oh, this is snowboarding and it's always fun to be here.
That's right. I mean, this event brings people together and you meet the people here and you can be lifelong friends. Yuki's riding for the Four Pine Collective and Avalon 7, some of these local brands in addition to his international ones. But he's just fallen in love with this place, and how could you not? Whether it's Brian Iguchi to today, Yuki Kadono, like you come to Jackson and you want to make it home.
I mean, the locals that have kind of grew up here, I mean, Mark Carter, Travis Rice, Blake Paul, the list goes on. This mountain breeds some of the best snowboarders in the world. Yuki moving here for a home base was a good idea. Let's see what he's got. Dropping in regular, it seems. Yeah, pumping. Oh, going in switch. Oh, getting a little bit scuffled around that bend there. I think he's going to have to...
That drop in looks like it might be a little beat up, and Yuki not afraid to do what he needs to, so he's going to make his way back up for another drop in.
We've seen a few riders have a challenge with that drop in. It seems like a pretty sharp turn there from the start gate.
Yeah, not a lot of snow built up on it too. You can see that they shoveled down as far as they can go, and under that is just rock and roots, so they're dealing with what they got.
That's right. Over the years, there's really been an evolution of how we're approaching the lip at the top of Corbett's. I mean, in the early years, it was basically just a quick sidestep, flatten it out, And then eventually, I think, Veronica, you remember.
Yeah, it was, so the very first year we didn't even touch it at all, which it was a total side hill, completely natural takeoff. The next year, Travis Rice showed up, and he didn't ask anyone permission. He just grabbed a shovel and started flattening it out. So we realized that that was an option. And that year we had no kickers, but all flat lanes to take off. And then since then, the next year, Jakin and Parkin were the first to build a big kicker back from the lip to try that double backflip. And since then, people have gotten really creative. We've been able to build lips all over the place. People are bringing rails in now. It's a cool progression to see.
Speaking of big lips, Jackson Hole provided Monster Energy to do the Siberian Express, which was a massive like park chute. And this park chute, they built some of the biggest jumps in all of snowboarding. Monster, Jackson Hole coming together. They made a crazy YouTube video called the Siberian Express. Yeah. Yuki Kodono showed up as a local because Monster being who they are, they're including everybody. You guys are the locals, come ride our park. Yuki Kodono absolutely put on a beatdown on these jumps, letting everybody know that this kid is, I know he's 29, but he's at the beginning of his career.
Oh, totally. He is the definition of amplitude in some cases. But also with his age, he's experienced hardship of injury and coming back from that. You know, I love seeing him around town. His stoke is infectious. And I feel like that's what I first picked up on as soon as I saw Yuki at this event on the first year.
I completely agree. He fell in love with Jackson at this event, and we fell in love right back to him. He's become such a staple of the community here. He's out on the hill every day. He's working at Teton Thai. And we love to see his projects with This Is Us In every year. Yeah. He films with Cam Fitzpatrick and Cooper Branham and those boys. And he's really just embraced the community here, and we love to see it. It's cool to see that transition from a hyper-competitive freestyle rider to backcountry. That can be a tough transition to make sometimes.
You know, in that first season out here, housing can be tight in Jackson. And he was rooming at the Fitzpatrick's house just down the street from me. So I'm out walking Baxter, my terrier, and you see a sick sled on top of a deck and a truck over there at the Fitzpatrick's. And, you know, it's such a good community feeling out here, and being able to see these riders make it home or just visit. However long you're here for, it's an awesome place to be.
I mean, Cam and Yuki took me around Jackson as two locals yesterday, and I spun a couple laps with them. And to see how well those two know this resort, like, I'm following Yuki, and Yuki's like, don't follow me, follow Cam. Cam, born and raised, like, he knows every turn they both knew. And here we go back to Yuki Kodono at the start gate.
You know, it's easy to see these athletes as superheroes, at least for me sometimes. And hearing in Yuki's interview, he's like, this is terrifying. This is not necessarily fun. And yet he's always here to step up.
All right, Yuki dropping in with a little nollie backside shifty at the top just to let people know that he's got style and flavor.
Style for miles.
Okay, coming in. Little half cab before, or front 180 actually, sorry, coming in switch backside 180, missing that grab and coming up a little bit short. Not as big as the switchback one we saw him do a couple years ago.
Beautiful turns.
Wow, that hack was nice.
Manufactured face shot.
Nice little wildcat there.
Yuki, such a big bag of tricks. He could have basically...
He can do any jump tricks. I don't know what he's going to do. Backside 10. It still stomps it. You can see he got a little lost.
So stomped to the feet. Would you imagine that this guy shattered his kneecap in the last 2 years?
Oh, wow.
I mean, you can see he lost a little bit of
spicy. You know, he's been serving things up at Teton Thai when you go straight to the spice.
Oh, showing us that energy, that infectious energy that you were talking about, front flipping onto the ground for no reason.
He mentioned in his interview earlier that we saw that transitioning from that hyper-competitive background to freeride, he really found the love of snowboarding again through snowmobiling and through his friends here. And you could tell with how stoked he is.
I mean, every athlete, as all three of us know, you can face burnout. You know, once you get to 30 and you've overcome multiple injuries and sponsor deals, Yuki Kodono is no exception to that, and keeping going and never giving up for the just pure joy of snowboarding, and it's paying off.
Yeah, I heard it from Yuki, heard it from Sharka, like the alignment of heart, mind, and competition. When that comes together, that's the most beautiful thing.
All right, here we go. Yuki, he did lose a little bit of speed that you can't see there into that switch backside one. Coming up a little bit of a knuckle, some nice hacks, you know what I mean? If you're a photographer, you're stoked. I mean, the backflip is going to be something you continuously see there because it's easy to land, and this back 10 was, come on.
Bolts.
I mean, like for the light, let go of his grab a little bit early, but kept together that boxy JP Solberg style and looking absolutely, I mean, he's looking like Yuki Kadono, you know?
Good call out.
Nobody's got style like that kid.
Relating to that drop in, you know, it's a little mixed and foggy right now up top, but I wonder if the snow catching sunshine near the lip has softened it, wet things out a little bit to just cause a little bit of speed loss on the approach. Jackson Hole obviously known for being a cold place, but earlier this winter we were real lucky to have it below freezing on the top of the mountain, as so much of the west was either not getting snow or rain. Up next we've got Valerie Festivon from Park City.
Another rookie.
When I got the call to compete, I actually reached out to Colby Stevenson sometime in the fall and was like, yo, like, please get me connected. Like, I really want to do this event. And then on Christmas Day, like, I got an email like, you're in. And I was like, no way. Like, this is the sickest Christmas gift ever. Like, I was super hyped and just, like, couldn't really believe it was real. I just wanted to kind of see what I could do and show the world what I can do, I guess.
Yeah, being able to call upon Colby Stevenson, a former king of Corbett, is a nice thing to be able to do. And, you know, the enthusiasm that these rookies to the event are bringing in is fantastic.
I'm really excited to see what she does. She comes from a bit more of a freestyle background. We see a lot of the women coming from the FWT freeride background. But I'm really intrigued to see what she can do with her background here.
I mean, I saw her hitting the jump the other day, and I obviously don't know skiing tricks that well, not compared to you two, but I know about the zero spin. And she did a couple zero spins on the jump, and I would say from what I saw that day, the best style of the day would go to this individual who's about to drop. I mean, that zero spin from Valerie was just fire.
I love hearing that. Yeah, she's skiing for Line Skis, 686, 805 Beer, Magico, Anima Merck. And definitely a diverse background. I think like with the park and pipe crew coming in and being able to put these enhanced features in this raw terrain, it potentially gives some good lips in the middle of the run to work with. But at the same time, when you've got all this snow coming in like we did this week, those enhanced features become way more natural.
6, 5, 4, 3.
Clicking her poles, stomping her feet.
All right, let's go.
Cleaning off her skis, making sure everything's good to go.
I mean, I don't mind her buying some time. I see a nice sunny patch rolling in. I hope that she can get some good visibility because I'm excited to see this run go down.
Yeah, you're definitely allowed to hold for viz if you'd like to.
You can see that she's getting into some sort of flow state. You know, when you're in that gate, there's a lot of emotions going through your head, but once you drop in, it all kind of just goes frame by frame.
What do you think, V? A lot of visualization going on?
A lot of visualization. I always preferred myself to count myself in as well. The woman next to you is counting you down, and I like to ignore that, and just whenever I feel ready, count myself in. And so maybe that's what Valerie's doing here as well.
I mean, everybody has their little ritual, you know. Andrew Reynolds taps on himself 3 times, you know. Everyone's got their thing, and here she goes.
Valerie Festivon.
Huge! That is one of the biggest
air.
Oh,
So clean. Oh, getting bucked on the probably left foot turn right by Corbett's cave, the Coombs cave.
Can we talk about that style, though? You know, my favorite thing about skiing is when you're going down the mountain charging, the tool for skiing was built to just go down a mountain like fast, and like those old ski videos when you're going top to bottom, like Peterson and all those legends, like it looks incredible when you just blast an ollie off the top like that. Like her style, that photo probably looked incredible.
Indeed. I think she's on Bacon's from Line, which is a little bit more symmetrical, like freestyle focus ski. Jody, when you come out here, would you bring multiple boards, or are you just going to stick with what you're most comfortable with?
I always bring a backup, but the thing is, I ride for K2, and they make some of the best product in the game, and so I don't necessarily need to ever bring one. I have the board I like, I ride the Alchemist, and I'm good to go. Here she goes.
Got a beautiful 3 in the middle.
5.
Spinning 5, I think opposite direction.
I think that visibility is a little low down there, but I mean, style top to bottom, no doubt.
I'm super impressed with that. I'm really stoked to see it. She, even though it was just a straight air, she had so much style, so much control, and she took a huge pop off the top and she went big.
Yeah, like I wasn't just making that up, you know what I mean? I'm speaking to your craft, your culture. I know you guys are so immersed in it, but that was good, right?
It was
the way
great.
she looked,
It was great.
that looked awesome.
I concur.
Yes.
She looked like she belonged.
You know, I have an opinion for sure. You know, I'm around skiers all the time, but you know, I don't want my opinion to outshine the masters that I'm with.
Not at all.
No, she chose the big takeoff off the nose, and she took speed into it. She popped off it.
I really like that, like boxy ollie. Like it was sick.
Yeah. She's known for her style. She's known for her freestyle.
And the one thing she did for sure is she popped, you know what I mean? She didn't just let the step down take her. Like she jumped up into the air.
Let's check out this replay.
Huge
Boosting
ollie.
that front air.
Keeping it tight. Oh, if she could have just hung on, that would.
A couple snow snakes in there that grabbed her ankle.
If you are not taking an air off the top, you are still working with a lot of speed.
I mean, that 3 into that reckless terrain was pretty amazing. Like that thing is bombed out. That was a steezy 3.
She came into that lip. That's her first run in Corbett's ever.
Sick.
Came off the lip going huge. I mean, that's impressive.
Preference for you two, would you rather see a floaty 3 or a laid out backflip? Which one to you, you know?
I'm a little partial to backflips, and I think it matches the terrain really well because you have a really steep takeoff, so you can really drag out your toes on that backflip and wait for the last moment.
I definitely think that your backflip, from what I've seen the video, you know, that one in particular
Let's check out
was
Ellie
fire.
Weiler's profile. She's going to be dropping next. Another young gun.
I've never actually seen the Couloir with my own eyes. I've never been to Jackson or even been on a tram, so it's going to be crazy just looking at it for the first time. And I'm surprisingly scared of heights, so standing on the edge and looking down, I think is going to be pretty challenging. I feel so much better attached to a snowboard when I'm on something like that. Mentally preparing has been fun, but I know once I'm actually standing on top of it, it'll be totally different.
Yeah, Ellie says that she's afraid of heights, but I've seen her boost awfully high into the air recently. Saw her on the big air jump at X Games, but she was competing in knuckle huck, just missed podium and that. And you know what's awesome to hear is that she's been riding at Brighton, where Madison Blackley and her have linked up, and Madison's been providing not only great mentorship, but then Madison calls out Ellie as somebody that's keeping her on her toes and teaching her new things.
2, 1.
Thank you, guys.
Go get him!
Thank you, Ellie. Let's see what she's got for us on this first drop for her.
I'm excited to see her approach here.
What? Spinning.
Oh, right to the wall. Oh, I hope she's okay. It looks like her nose hit the wall a little bit. Hopefully not her body as well.
Dumble, she is
she's
up,
okay.
hands in the air. I think that board contact was real.
She's going back 270 into the rocks, just like Hans.
Yeah, she was going for Hans's trick.
This is really interesting because like lining up that west wall and the landing there off the top is so tricky.
Oh.
Leaked out.
Beautiful backflip tuck knee though. That wildcat tuck knee was fire.
Indeed.
Well, she went for it. She was saying, let's hear what she has to say here first.
Stuff there from Ellie.
That victory was so scary.
We have 3 athletes remaining for run 1.
Holy cow.
Don't go anywhere. Run 2 is going to get rowdy.
Yeah, Ellie.
I've heard rumors
You know,
of parachutes.
as we look up there at the top, the goat path is really a funnel, and the Looker's Right rocks, the west wall, that sticks out pretty prominently. You know,
It does, and that's where the best landing is where the steepest landing is, the best transition. So you are aiming for that wall, but obviously you don't want to hit it. Ellie had a pretty late start, and we saw her this morning So let's see this replay. Let's see how she goes.
I mean, the one thing about a step down is you drift, and if you take a little bit too much pressure on that toe edge a little early on, putting her into that wall, you know, a little bit lighter on those toes would have been beneficial.
Super fast reflexes though. Put it to her feet and then immediately board to the wall instead of the alternative.
I mean, if you're going to do a wildcat tuck, you should do it like that. Look at that landing.
Yeah, 360 versus backflip. I'd take backflip if you can do a grab as styled out as that.
Earlier this morning, she was saying she was just here for the vibes. I think she was being a little humble.
Yeah,
she's here to send
for
it.
more than that. And another very stylish rider, Kendall Goodman, is going to be coming up next. Kenny, DJ from Salt Lake. Originally Anchorage, living in Park City. Calls Alta more of his home hill. And this 24-year-old has a ton of experience. He's been on the Freeride World Tour before. His style on skis and off skis stands out to me.
Yeah, I got the invite last year and then ended up kind of breaking my hip and tearing some muscles skiing in Japan like 2 weeks before. Had to pull out. I was hopeful that I was going to be able to make it, but got home and got an MRI and they told me I was delusional. I was able to get back on snow by last spring and then was lucky enough to make it down to Chile and New Zealand this summer and get some skiing in, so feeling like I'm back at 100% and fired up to have a great year this year.
Obviously super tough to experience the adversity of something like a broken hip, but he's been training strong in that time in Chile and New Zealand this summer. I mean, he's looked really solid on his skis this week out here.
He has, there's also a mental component coming back from injury. Getting back to sending big cliffs like this again can take a while, but he seems ready.
I mean, look good, feel good, ride good. I mean, he is hyped on his kit. You know, he's been rolling around this all week, hard to miss him. And it's like the one thing that you want to do is you want to put a little bit of personality into your skiing, however you want to be. Well, whether you're an alpinist or you're somebody riding the park, and you can tell he is not letting anybody know what he's not into. There we go, all pink kit.
Repping Snow Shepherd outerwear, Diamond Skiing and Fisher. He reminded me the other day that I coached him at a dryland camp 13 years ago, and boy, has he grown into a big, strong skier. Whoa, buttering off. It looked like a butter 180, little cat out the window. Kendall gathering himself.
He looks okay. He just looks maybe a little bummed.
Yeah, I think that's the discouraged in the landing. Oh, maybe he lost a pole.
Yeah, I mean, there's one of our quote ski ninjas popping out of nowhere to help with gear. So we went for a butter off the lip, looked like 180.
Yeah, maybe take us through what went wrong there.
Well, boy, timing that pop and how much pop you're gonna get, what the wind is doing at that moment once you've put yourself in the air. And I can't deny, like, baggy might catch a little bit more wind, but as I say that, there's no movement in our windsock right now. Kendall's got a ski racing background, so you can't judge a book by its cover.
I wonder if the ski racing background with
beautiful bottom air.
Yeah, we'll have to see the replay up top. He's an incredible skier. He knows he has more in the tank.
Kendall Goodman.
Yeah, stoked to see him coming down. Like, any of these drops, especially off the top, can be a real heavy hit.
Oh yeah, he's doing good. He's in good spirits. We'll see Pink Man again.
Yeah, talking with Kelly up there.
Oh, that's a good shot. Look at that perspective of all the athletes and media team and ski patrol on the ridge there.
I mean, from the lip to the bottom where the finish corral is, you're looking at about 600 vertical feet, which sometimes doesn't sound that big, but boy, you fit a lot in. And especially in the first 50, 60 feet of the run when you are in the air. If you're coming off the nose like where he butters from, you're really aiming to get like closer to the skier's left at the base of the west wall Seemed like he just got a little hung up on that switch one after the butter. Man, beautiful
A
run.
lot of style with that kid, a lot of style.
I've been wondering if we might see more skiers like try to tuck some spin left side onto that transition there.
Do you think the gear is going to get bigger, or is that as big as we go?
I heard Luke asking him the other day, how much bag is too much? And he said, never enough.
Never enough.
And I could really have never enough watching Mike Boggs snowboard. Dropping 23. He is just a bundle of energy and like good vibes. He's worked here at Jackson Hole before. He was on the snowmaking crew, which is like dedication. Let's hear it from Mike.
I think a big reason why I decided to come back this year wasn't just for me, but I had a lot of mentors and friends in my corner last year at this event that are no longer here. So with that being said, I just want to give a big shout out to Alex Pashley. Thank you for everything you've done for me. And also Max Martin. You were amazing energy up there last year, and your stoke and energy has carried through and will continue to bring that stoke forward. So thank you. Gonna keep it going for all of them.
That is beautiful to hear from Mike, and incredible shout outs from him. He's riding for the North Face, Van Snow, Yak Optics, and Brighton. A number of athletes called out his run last year as one that they admired. I remember he went over towards West Wall and just had a beautiful, smooth, straight air, kind of cross-court over the goat path. He also had an incredible cross-court air on the bottom kicker last year. And he's about 20 seconds out. We've seen him this week out here with his partner, Jamie, just sharing the love. And like Boggs Airlines is real. It was a testament to his sheer willingness to launch big stuff, but nice and smooth.
I mean, yeah, big shout-outs goes to Alex Pashley, Jeff Keenan, and Jason Rempel, who passed away in an avalanche last year. And that's why these mentors are so important. So I'm sure he's going in there with Pash.
In his heart, for sure.
In his heart, for sure, taking a different run.
West Wall.
Yeah, once
goes,
again,
Mike
West Wall
Boggs.
sending snow
Holy
off the West
shit.
Wall. Big cross-court air. Oh, that is so cool to see.
Pardon my language there. Mike Boggs putting on a bit of a show here.
Yes, he is. Hands up for a laid-out pow turn.
Different
Love in the middle
run.
of the run.
Look at his ollies. Mike Boggs has one of the best ollies in snowboarding, and he's one of the most beloved humans. Mike Boggs, absolute legend.
Coming down here for this bottom kicker. Yes!
Boggs!
We've seen him go real big in that direction, and this year, the crew, let me just lay back and listen to this at the bottom.
Pashley is looking down, and he is laughing, and he is smiling.
Mike Boggs off the west wall, going massive.
Yeah, how sick and smooth was that top air?
I mean, that frontside air transfer before that treat on the bottom jump was nothing short of amazing. I mean, Mike Boggs. Oh, there's the Boggs signed by his beloved girlfriend.
Yeah, Jamie.
West Wall. Dude. Wow. What a rush. Every year.
What a rush indeed.
Ashley, we love you. You're here with us.
Yeah, man, Mike is sharing the love. This is so awesome. It can be pretty daunting when you get one of those late numbers, but let's admire this drop in.
I mean, that cross court is no joke. You know, you go a little too big there, you're hitting the rocks. That turn on the wall there was amazing too. A little frontside hack.
Another big air.
I mean, let's take a look at this frontside grab. Come on, Boggs.
Love the cross court off to the side of that landing.
That Indy was Steve. Mike Boggs.
He's the only rider we've seen on the West Wall. When you're dropping this late, you have to get creative to find that landing. And man, did he find the perfect landing off that West Wall.
Did he ever? That whole run was creative. It was refreshing. It was a new approach. And Mike Boggs, absolute legend.
You know, as we've just got one more athlete to drop in this first run, I think there's still a lot left in the couloir for people to like hit up in the second run. There's a lot of variations. There's a lot of snow still out there. You know, our very first athlete to drop Sharka, like, she was the first one I saw walk over to the far rider's right just to start looking at things. Like, athletes have been doing their homework, and if something doesn't compute on run one, you know, I think they have enough plans in their pocket to mix it up. Now, getting the late call up for this event, Quinn Wolferman stepping up, and this guy's just a Swiss Army knife of skills. He's gonna be skiing for Armada, Giro, and Monster Energy. He's from Montana, and I think I've seen him on everything from gnarly big mountain lines to beautiful butters. Yeah, I think really the athletes nowadays just say so much about the versatility in their skill sets.
Oh, it's crazy. But you also have to be. Like, if you want to be the best now, the longer the days gone that are like, you can just, you know, show up to an event and stay up at too late and stuff. Like, you have to be an athlete to perform your best at these events because, you know, like we've seen here, you take real slams and you need to bounce back from them.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct with that, Jody. And, you know, as we're waiting for Quinn to line up, we're still in this mix of sunshine coming through the clouds right now behind us. Can make out a little bit of the backcountry to our south, some iconic cliff bands. Hard for me not to want to stare over here at these dream lines behind us. Veronica, you and I have had some great adventures out on Cody Peak. Little tidbit at the end of Rocky IV's training montage. Drago and Rocky Balboa are competing, and Rocky finishes his training in Siberia at the top of Cody Peak.
No way.
Go back and check that out. We got Quinn dropping. Quinn Wolferman, powerful skier, huge bag of tricks.
I mean, a random other note, local Rob Kingwell was in Zoolander on this mountain too, wasn't he?
I did not know that. Shout out Kanger. Love that guy. And we got Quinn dropping in switch. Getting a speed check. False start, it sounds like he said. And it's just so cool to vibe up here for the athletes. Like, I've been watching a lot of winter sporting events. If you aren't aware, others are going on. And like the tenseness when you're dropping in. Granted, a lot of these riders are like with their friends and they bounce ideas off one another, but it's not like you always have a coach, you know, hyping you up. And so some of it is self-driven, right?
Oh, big time.
Yeah, the flexibility for this competition really allows, I mean, there's nerves just because of what you're about to do, drop into a giant, you know, 40-foot step down, but the fact that you can take that extra speed run, you can say you want to hold for light, it's really built for the athletes to be as comfortable as possible, and so it feels like you're out there with your friends just on a regular session, like everyone's helping each other out, giving each other advice. It doesn't feel like a stressful, cutthroat competition at all.
No, and that's nice to hear because it is gnarly.
It is
right?
gnarly.
There's no getting around the fear factor in these events. You know, and whether it's out filming like with your crew in the backcountry or standing above some heavy set of rails, fear is integral in this activity, right? So being able to manage that, being able to compartmentalize in sometimes, and being able to like use that for your advantage, sharpen yourself for these activities.
Yeah, the lip can be pretty hectic. We have so many media personnel up there that sometimes you have to be a little firm and you have to tell people to get out of your way and give you a little breathing room.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Quinn is pumped. Yeah, you know, it's just really cool to hear the lines of communication.
Sounds like he's ready to go.
Quinn Wolferman dropping.
I think we have a pedestrian in the way. Quinn is sounding ready. The drone's ready, that's for sure.
Yeah, looking good. We hear those. All right, we're here and dropping in 10.
I mean, the drone pilot, shout outs to him, great filming.
So many different vantages, and obviously as viewers, it's really cool to see what comes together in this contest. Dropping in switch. Another butter.
Oh, I like, he kept that boxy style together, you know? He really kept it together there. That was
powerful turns
ripping.
in the middle. Looks like, and a fronting, maybe get a little grab on there. Could be the year of the front flip.
It's the year of the front flip.
Coming in switch, the money booter. Double cork, 9.
Wow.
I think he's going to be pretty happy with that run.
So clutch coming in. Last rider to drop on run 1.
Now, does that do better than the front flip spaghetti noodle spin? Like, that was amazing.
You know, I am so glad it's not up for me to decide, and instead gets thrown to the athletes for their impression of it.
Absolutely love that it's rider judged. That's a rad element of this contest.
You're absolutely correct with that. I can't wait to watch this replay. I mean, I know it just happened, but with every second of the run, my brain just gets the scramblies.
I mean, as a judge myself at NST, I think it's a nail biter on the ski side right now. There's been a couple heater runs top to bottom.
Yeah, for a last-minute invite, he really showed up.
Completely did. You're absolutely spot on, B.
Sometimes that can be better. If you get the last-minute invite, you don't have so much time to ruminate on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't marinate in your made-up fear, you know?
Yeah.
Let's check out this replay of Quinn Wolferman. Gonna switch, butter, 3.
Clean landing.
Powerful turns. Sneaky little safety grab on that fronty. Switch double cork. And man, I'm even just a sucker for a good carve. I mean, the finish corral.
I mean, all in all there, you got some creativity with the butter there. You got a flip, which people love flips, and then you got a cab 9, you got and a double cork.
Yeah.
You know, you're really piecing together a pretty,
That's
you know,
a solid run.
That's a solid run there.
Well, what a sick first run today. We are so pumped. This has been an exciting start to our day. We've got second run coming up soon. Prior to that, big shout out to all these partners that are helping put this together today. Obviously, Monster Energy, Mammut, Nature Valley, keeping us fueled well. Coca-Cola, the official drink sponsor of Jackson Hole. Kiehl's, keeping our skin looking as good as it can. Buff, Sentient Jet is a cool partner this year. Best Day Brewing, that's non-alcoholic, which I love the options out here. Turtle Box presenting our beats. Yeti keeping things hot and or cold, whatever it's supposed to be all day long. GoPro, near and dear to all of our hearts. Gore-Tex brand. We got Smart Wool and POC. Thank you so much for being out here. But even more so, thank you for everybody watching. This feels like a community event, even though we're just looking at a camera right now. And, you know.
Yeah, shout outs to you.
Yeah. Shout out to you.
Have some fun somewhere. Somehow, some way. Ready for the bar? It's about to be set.
dude. Oh, thanks, Mom. Thank you. Thanks, dude. Yeah, no, get in here. Thank you. My 9-year-old self would be so stoked. Oh, baby! Ow! Holy shit! That was a ride, boys!
Local competitor and community member, a husband, a brother, a son, a hell of a skier and a coach, a hype man for everybody. We lost him a month ago and he was skiing over in Japan. It's been a tough time for everybody out here, but the harsh reality of these activities is that to put ourselves in these environments, in powerful places, with the people we care about, really dives deep, and it helps us reset our internal compass and find our meaning. Max found that completely, and I think we all felt that, as his energy was really contagious. Whether he was traveling and he'd bring that gratitude home, or saying that skiing was one of the greatest teachers in life, like, we can learn a lot from Max. We can really enjoy so much of him and sharing that. And whether it was as the competitor, or cheering on the sidelines, or making a turn that I'll spend a lifetime trying to emulate, we want to share love with Max Martin, his family, and everyone whose lives he touched. Veronica, you were friends with him.
Yeah, Max was a dear friend to so many of us in town, and Kings and Queens was Max's favorite week of the year every year, and he always said that his favorite part wasn't the event itself, but it was the week leading up to it. He made a point to befriend all of the competitors, and he told me he felt honored to ski alongside such accomplished athletes from all over the world. Max often found himself becoming a de facto coach on the lip of Corbett's. Something about his energy made people comfortable just walking up to him and asking for his advice on anything, on their line choice, their jump build, their speed. Whatever it was, Max was always excited to help. He was always encouraging and ready to hype up anybody who needed it. When I was training my double backflips for this event in the backcountry, and when I was trained to land a single backflip into Corbett's over 6 years ago, he was always the first person I'd call because I knew he would be psyched to drop what he was doing and come help me. That's just the kind of friend he was. He was deeply passionate about helping all of his friends, and he was never shy to tell them how proud he was of them or that he loved them. If you were lucky enough to meet Max, you'll remember that no matter how briefly he met you, he would make a point of remembering your name and would even remember details about your life you'd forgotten you told him. I like to think of him as the unelected mayor of JHMR because when I walked around the village with Max, it was impossible to get through the tram without him talking to 100 people. And that really shows what a deep impact he had on our community. Max brought a light and a positivity to the mountain that will be hard to live without. But if I know anything about Max, I'd know he'd want us to follow our dreams, ski our hearts out every single day, just as he did, and he'd want us to hold our friends tight and tell them that we love them. We miss you, Max.
Thank you for that, Veronica. Thank you all for being with us. It goes without saying that it takes a community. It's so fun to be able to share with all of you out there. And you can also share with the athletes your own enthusiasm. There's a People's Choice Award that goes on each year. It's up to you to vote. There are going to be QR codes all over the place. By this point in your lives, you know how to use those. And feel free to jump on there. You know, it just takes a minute of your time, but following Mammut, Gore-Tex brand, and Jackson Hole, that's all it takes for you to also win prizes within that. They've got 3 people getting some sick setups from Mammut. One of them is like full backcountry kit, including backpack. Another one's a great backcountry kit, another backpack. But also as an athlete, Veronica, you won this People's Choice Award twice. You know, we're talking about sharing love. We're talking about the community. What's it mean to be part of that and have people say, we like you?
The People's Choice Award is all about showing the riders love who maybe didn't get the cleanest run and maybe won't get that crown, but you're just stoked on them pushing the sport. And it's really an honor to win that, because just to see that people are hyped to see what you're doing with the sport. So we love to see that.
Thank you so much, Veronica. Let's check a recap out of Run 1 from this morning, because we had so much action going down. We're pumped for the second one. I know athletes are already up here. So let's check out some replays from this morning. Thank you for being here. Right on. We are back for Run 2. From up high in that drone view, we've got Lalo Rambo back in the gate. He was hungry for his entrance last year, his first year in it. And with a little loop out near the top of his run on Run 1, I can understand he is hungry for Run 2. Previously in the contest, it's been mostly first come, first serve up top, with some respect to people dropping later.
I mean, here we go, round 2.
We are back into this. Lalo, huge bag of tricks, powerful skier. Again, hailing from La Clusaz.
We're gonna see who worked out their quads this year. You're gonna need some strong legs. Oh, that looks
Butter,
good.
switch 5, cleaning it up. Flying high, straight air in the middle of the run. Lalo Rambo coming in from the side hit. Oh, man. I know he'd been practicing some hand drags off that bottom air, and he came in for a flat spin off that side hit.
Just didn't get the amplitude.
Came up short, tips caught. Such a bummer to see. Lalo always leaving it on the hill. Good seeing him stand up. That was a pretty strong hit.
Yeah, good to see him standing up there for sure. No doubt. Keep your tips up.
Lalo, man, such a strong rider. And also just really high standards for himself. You know what you want to do when you're here, when you're given this stage and opportunity. We love having Lalo as a, at least, part-time local here in Jackson. Feels like he is fully local, as he has a seat, you know.
I think that's a, he's gonna be okay, but that's a slam, you know, that's,
totally.
He got bodied there for sure. There's no doubt that he got sumo slammed into that landing. And
yeah, the park crew has done a really good job with that bottom hit, dealing with the weather issues this week, and, you know, mostly a positive issue, getting a lot of fresh snow this week. But as they try to maintain that bottom kicker, they've put a bunch of options on.
I mean, the park staff absolutely killed that jump. Like, it's a well-built jump.
Yeah, sounds like this is Madison Blackley back up. She was dropping second on Run 1, and behind us, the sun coming out.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful day here in Jackson Hole. I mean, could be a little bit sunnier, but all in all, I mean, this weather window is, it's a big score. You know, we got the snow, we got a bit of a high pressure coming in, and here comes that sun, and here comes Madison Blackley.
Yeah, great.
Bit of a vet out here, you know, she's done it. I've judged her at NST. I mean, she's been around. She's a veteran, no doubt.
There should be a stick on the lip.
She's got her stick on the lip to use as a marker so she knows where to air off. A lot of these competitors, the older ones specifically, will use little tricks and stuff like that so they can line themselves up with the best landing. And using a stick is a common one, or a deep line that you would draw in with your hand is another way to do it.
Yeah, but with so many people dropping today, you know, you can't just rely on simply a line in the snow.
That's why we're going stick.
Stick it is.
Stick it is. Here
Madison
she goes.
Blackley it is, dropping in for run 2. Yeah, nice straight air off the top. Super
Nice
control.
little indie off the step down there.
Powerful turns. She frequently spins off natural features in the middle of the run. See if she keeps that in play.
Well, backside 3, piecing together a run. You know, honestly, this is a pretty choppy course, and I'm pretty... Here she goes. I wonder what she's going to piece together in this bottom jump here. If she's going to go for that switchback 1 melon again. Or switchback 1 stale, I should say. She went a little bit big last time, over-rotated and did a bit of a switchback 270, but no rail being down there. Oh, switchback 1.
Nice.
It could have went a little
Clean
deeper, but
arms in
clean.
the sky.
Pieced together a run there. I mean, for a second run, there you go. She's stoked.
The stoke is
She's down at the party now.
I love it. I mean, honestly, I would love to get my second run done early so I could party with the crew.
Oh, totally. Oh, you can tell there's a vibe. And look at that crowd that comes out for this event.
Locals are out. I know a lot of kids are playing hooky from school with parents' permission. Oftentimes, parents in tow bringing their kids out.
22 remaining for
That was awesome.
I mean, if there's a day to take your kids out of school, today is the day.
We're going to check out Madison's replay from run 2 soon. Getting love from her competitors.
Opting for a little indie down there. Let's see how this back 3 turned out. You know, she did piece together a run. I've seen her do that switchback side 1. I know she can do it with that stale fish. All in all, though, clean run.
Yeah, it's hard to be in a position where you're finished thinking, what if? At the same time, you're also contemplating, what if I blow it?
Totally.
Walking this line in between, going all in, and showing a little bit of restraint. I mean, I think that's part of the maturity of so many of these athletes. And it sounds like Sharka Panchakova is coming up next, and she is certainly one that brings that ability.
There is this balance, though, where the younger people coming in a little bit more wide-eyed and naive, there is, sometimes that works out, you know, because they're willing to try the 7 or something a bit more creative. Well, maybe you'll see a bit more of these veterans be like, you know what, a clean, top-to-bottom run's probably going to set me up maybe for that first, second, third. Or even the king or queen, who knows?
And as we've said, this is a rider-judged comp. We've got, you know, People's Choice Award, get out there and vote. But the athletes are going to be having a watch party, checking out every angle of every run. And they're voting basically on a, Veronica, 1 to 10 score?
1 to 100.
1 to 100, thank you. And we've got 4 different categories. And then the top score from both male and female is going to be crowned king and queen.
One thing I want to spotlight here is Sharka was doing back 10s the other day on that bottom jump. So if she can piece together 2 solid hits with some nice pow turns and she goes for the back 10, I think she's going to be sitting pretty good, opting for a nice melon grab and scooting out on her tail a little bit out there. I mean, the one thing's for sure is you're hitting terminal velocity and you're going into some bomb holes, no doubt, at this point.
Yeah, indeed. That landing on the primary entrance is definitely getting worked. But like Sharka here, just remaining composed, spinning in the middle like we saw Madison, but getting a little bugged.
Couple bobbles there. I mean, at this point, I just want to see her put the back 10 down just to show everybody that she's got that in the bag.
Wouldn't be bad.
Here she goes. She's going to go another back sev. Yeah, looks front side to me. Frontside 3.
3.
You know, I think with those 2 falls, she was like, if I do a back 10, I don't know if I'll be, you know, I think she might have went on a bit more of a timid, reserved program.
Completely. And
sometimes those falls can affect you mentally. You know, you just fell 10 seconds ago. It's hard to get your game back and go right into it.
I am definitely one of those people where if I start landing, I land more, and if I fall, I fall more.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, a bit of a feedback cycle with that. Shark has also got a long season. You know, like last year she got here straight from Baker Bank Slalom. That's been postponed. She's got a couple other contests coming up this winter, and you know, if there's anything that experience gives you, it's understanding for how to have a full season. We all love that.
I mean, the reset button is something that's really hard to press there. I mean, you ride down and you fall, and do you stay on the gas, or do you get kind of bummed that you fall and so it's over? You know, you see Ellie Weiler, she fell at the top and she pressed the reset button and did a huge wildcat tuck knee and let everybody know that she's here to show up. Excited to see her do another run.
Let's check a replay on Sharka's second run.
Little melon up there, maybe even like you could call it crooked cop, maybe around the pipe here, bobbling out on the landing though, with a cool little buttery, interesting double butter there. No, I'm kidding, she hung up a little bit. I think she was opting for the front 3 stale and just missing her grab there. Still landing.
She's got super high standards for herself, so I'm sure that she's pleased to be down and have put 2 runs down, but also recognizing that like she might have wanted more from that.
For sure. I mean, she's been to 4 Olympics. She knows, you know, she's a vet.
Completely. And in that time frame, the evolution of like getting burnt out on comps, you know, Sharka, when she was feeling that, she did a road trip all the way down to Baja.
All right, let's quickly spotlight that. It looks like Pat Fava has set up a flat bar. By a flat bar, I mean a skateboard rail that's probably about 10 feet, 12 feet long. It's about 3 feet off the snow. And I think the plan is to do a jib off of the step down into the couloir. I mean, this is going to be monumental. What trick will he do? A board slide 270 or a front board 270 would probably be my pick, or he could opt for something easier like a 50-50, but Pat Fava's tricks run deep. One of the best rail riders in the game. Really, he could do anything he wants on this thing. Excited to see what he brings to the table.
That is wild. I mean, he threw up on Instagram that he was looking for a rail, and all the freeride coaches, all the freeride snowboarders in Jackson were stoked to find one for him.
Yeah, let's get a little creative. You know, we're in the second half now. Like, let's go. Let's see it.
Yeah, I would have done a late night drive to Home Depot to get supplies for this.
Oh yeah, whatever Pat Fava wants, he gets.
Yeah, and that's hidden rails. Like, obviously, I moved here to Jackson to like ski pow and jump off cliffs, ride the tram. But I love sliding a PVC pipe in somebody's backyard with a bunch of grass sticking through.
Yeah, I mean, and Pat Fava loves to do that. And I mean, at this point, I think he kind of knows that he's not riding fresh tracks.
right. So you might as well get a little.
He's turning it into a terrain park. There's a park jump at the bottom. I feel like Pat Fava might be able to really piece. If he can get this rail, he's got a really good cab 9 on him. He's got a really good double wildcat. He's got a really good back 10. All very consistent. So I think if he lands this top one, he could be sitting pretty. And I mean, as a crowd favorite, there's going to be a lot of people at this point of the contest that are like, this is kind of exciting. So he might be people's choice with something like this.
Indeed. You know, I think I had heard rumors of like.
Maybe it's not even Pat Fava going first. I think they might be sharing the rail. I think somebody else might be getting in on it. Who do we have up there in the start gates?
Oh, I love the teamwork of that. That might be Tristan.
Oh, I hope there's a couple people who hit this. It sounds like it's Tristan.
Tristan Lilly. Speaking of a bag of tricks, like there's both Slush Magazine for snowboarders and on YouTube the game of Slush, spelled with a V in the middle, where skiers basically play a game of horse on the hill. And I watched an episode with Tristan skiing with Ross Tester at Alta last year. That was an incredible inspiration. Tristan, coming from that East Coast racing background at Sunday River, he has come a long ways from that.
I did hear a growl before he dropped there a couple times. And do you know who used to do that before they would drop in and absolutely dominate? You know who? I'll tell you who, Andrew. Sean White. He would do the growl. So I think he's clocked in.
Front flip again.
He's clocked in.
Oh my gosh, how
I
he
told you.
stalls that out to put it to his feet. That was such a beautiful landing.
Huge.
Big backy, stomping over his feet. And
Heading over to that cliff.
taking a page out of Wyatt's book.
Are you joking?
What? Tristan Lilly.
Sean White, take my money. Take the bag.
Whoa, Tristan Lilly coming heavy in round 2. Veronica, what are you thinking right now?
That could be a winner. I mean, that's a heater of a run. He came back and he cleaned it up, and then he added an extra hit with Wyatt's cliff over there. That was incredible.
I'm not in this event. I'm not riding, but as somebody who is a fan, I think that we just witnessed a top to bottom run that had so many different elements. I mean, from my perspective, not a skier, not a rider, I think that's the W right now.
From
in my book.
anybody's perspective, that was a sick run.
That was a 40-foot cliff.
Yeah.
And he lands that perfect. And there zero hesitation. There was slough up there. That was a real big, he got on top of a line in the middle of a line.
Exactly that. Like, I really didn't think those bottom cliffs were going to come into play this week. But the athletes, seeing how much snow we've had come in, I cannot wait to see this replay.
This is the most excited I've been to see a replay. Here we go.
Oh, that entrance and then slowing down a front flip, one of the hardest things to do. A little shrimped out, borderline whack flip, but beautiful.
Look at that zero hesitation. He knew exactly where he needed to land.
Completely. That is a well-scoped cliff and a beautiful Cork 7 to put things, oh my God.
I'm stoked.
Yeah.
That got me hyped. I'm juiced. I'm fired up right now.
I mean, there's a whole aspect of you stomp the front flip, but then you have to go back and stomp it again with worse conditions, more bomb holes. That's professionalism right there.
I kind of want to jump off a cliff right now.
No. for everybody that isn't out here and competing or actively making turns, as we mind ski and snowboard right now, let's just think about what that would look like. First starting off, facing the lip of Corbett and going head first in.
Head first.
Putting it right to your feet, stomping that.
I love you put an emphasis on the head first. You know what I mean?
Gaining control, shrimping out a backflip in the middle, and then going, all right, here I go, hard right, fresh turns. And speaking of going right, the guy that pioneered those cliffs this morning, Wyatt Gentry, 19 years old, second year in the comp, local shredder, been skiing around the world. But Wyatt, we are just stoked to see his run come together.
I just love that we're in the second. You know, everyone gets 2 runs potentially if they want that. And we are seeing people going on the gas, fully
and
clocked
heavy.
in.
Here we go, Wyatt Gentry dropping in for run 2. Going 7.
Oh, he got that sliver too. That's where he wanted to land, I think.
Yeah, that is the spot to aim for. Hands in the air, the crowd giving it up.
I mean, that's a vibe.
We are giving it up. That is a vibe. Coming in real strong with that Cork 7 off the top. I mean, in an ideal world, you land real close to those rocks.
Yeah,
But let me tell you about the limestone up here at the top of Corbett. It is jagged.
What are the kids saying these days? His aura. I think his aura points just went up.
Yeah. There is a glow.
There's a glow. I mean, that 7, he was trying to land, I think, just close enough to that rock. Not to go Hans into the rock, but just beside. And I think he landed exactly where he wanted. And a bit of a bobble. I mean, he was as close to be to riding out of that 7.
That was inspiring, and you know, obviously so good to see Wyatt recomposing himself, getting his gear. What he wants to do with the rest of the run is up to him. You know, he has pleased the crowd for sure.
Oh, he wants the hype. Come on,
Says,
crowd.
hey, I'm back in it.
You know,
nice
he's gonna put on
straight
the
air,
show.
good pow turns. Does he go back over to the cliff then?
Shoot this.
No, skipping by.
Yeah, press
down
that
to the
power
bottom
button
booter.
and see if you can turn it.
Yes, big old Cossack.
I like that tactic from Wyatt. He got a clean run in first, and then the second run he's going for something big.
So close, we hear him say, and we're psyched to see the replay when it comes up. But yeah, Veronica, that's a really good point. You know, he laced a sick run first time around. So like showing the maturity and not getting so into the moment that you do something that could be kind of a rash decision.
Totally. There's kind of two tactics here. The first run, you have better landings, so you can go for your bigger tricks first run, or you can have a cleaner run, maybe not as big of a trick for the first, and then go for your big trick on the second run. So just rider's choice on that one.
So everybody's sharing the love, and
I'm excited to review where he went wrong in this landing, because it looked really good from our angle.
He's on those Solomon QSTs.
Oh, if he did 10 more squats before this contest, he would have rode away. He was that close.
Yes, big spready. Ferda crowd.
I love seeing that, and he told us that Max was the one originally that encouraged him to go for the 7 last year. So
no way.
I see that as an ode to Max.
Indeed, Max, the ultimate hype man.
Wow, that shot
you trust
is
it, right?
What a reveal.
This
Great
is so
drop.
beautiful. Great
smokes.
view of how that rock juts out on the rider's left. Like, if you're thinking about spinning in that direction, and then like Ellie did, looks like we've got last year's queen, Anna Asamont, in the gate with the pole click.
We'll see if she goes for that backflip again. She is a little over. Maybe she's got the airtime dialed this time.
That was a huge data point in run 1 for her. Now she's on the line optics. That's a more directional big mountain ski.
Start dropping
Snowbird Shredder, Park City based.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go indeed. Anna Asamont dropping in for run 2.
Taking speed. Going for it again, and still a little bit too much sauce.
Yeah, easy to loop out on the tails as soon as your feet are out from underneath you. She's stoked. We love seeing that. We love hearing that.
Glad she went for it again. It's a tough one. With all that drop time and the steep landing, you really have to stall it out.
Well, like, take us through the backflip that you landed. The way you kind of lay it out, you really delayed the rotation, and then when you landed, it was a hell ride. Like, you had to be on it.
It is, and that was like some advice I got the night before that really got my head in the game, was that it's gonna feel like you got hit by a truck. You have to just be ready to grunt it out if you want it. But yeah, my tactic with that backflip was getting to that 3/4 position, and then from there being able to stall it out with my toes as long as I needed to, and then swiping the feet in right at the last second.
One of my close friends growing up was trying to give me some advice while landing in the backcountry. And he said, you don't land once, you don't land twice, you have to land 3 times. Because once you land, you come around, and if you're a park kid, you're like, I did it. And you're like, no. There's some waves you didn't see in the snow here, and you got to be braced for them.
You know, as we're getting this shot in the upper right corner, you've got this ledge of snow. That's Corbett's Cave, or Coombs Cave, in honor of Doug Coombs, one of the original OGs out here, and definitely a strong presence from the Jackson Hole Air Force. Their motto, swift, silent, and deep. Jackson's always had this element of challenge, right? Everything you read or hear about is constantly putting Jackson Hole at the top of the challenge, difficulty, terrain, and it's this combination of terrain and snow when it comes through that just provides such an awesome venue for everybody to test themselves on. As we're looking at like 50 people at the top of Corbett's, you kind of start thinking Corbett's is a normal thing, but imagine this run being at any other mountain, right? Jody, you're from Whistler. I've had the pants scared off of me there. And I mean, you've skied around the world, gnarly stuff, but what does Corbett's fit in as?
I would say for Palisades, from where I'm from, the Palisades at Palisades are the biggest rivalry to Corbett's.
And in Whistler, we have the Sudan Couloir, which is very famous, but we've never had any kind of event like this, you know?
Right,
The reason why this is so awesome is because whoever's thought this up thought outside the box to come up with this event.
You're spot on with that, and as Anna finishes up her run with a nice clean straight air at the bottom, this event was thought up by none other than Jess McMillan. Jess is one of the winningest big mountain skiers ever. A heck of a shredding mom, and her husband, Eric Seymour, they really put it out on a napkin, drew the plans for this, and we've had great sessions in Corbett's prior to this comp, especially with Jess and a bunch of ladies filming with TGR. But to bring a contest into an iconic venue like this and then have this production going down, I mean, this is why we're all watching. This is why we're here.
I mean, it's a full-on adrenaline rush, you know what I mean? This is...
Speaking of adrenaline.
Yeah, just a little over.
Yeah,
could have been the light.
A heavy move.
Drop time.
Beautiful mute.
But she's going for it, and you know, like I've said a million times, that's what this comp is all about. It's about having that brave idea and putting your mind to it and giving it a go.
I think, I'm not 100% sure, but if my eyes serve me correct, and I do have 20/20 vision, we got the one and only Pat Fava at the top here. Coming from Salt Lake, he's got the flat bar set up. Ooh. He's given a nod. His vibes are good. And yet again, just so everybody knows, he's one of the best steel riders in the world, as you can tell. Because who else would set up a flat bar off of a cliff? Well, Kevin Jones and Tara Dakitis.
Such a cool idea. I mean,
it's
obviously
been done.
It's like,
but never been done here.
But it's never been done here.
And it sounds like Pat is about ready to drop. You know, everybody coming into this event talks about creativity and being able to bring, as Winter said, your authentic self, being able to put something down that you're proud of, being able to put something that speaks to you as a rider amongst your peers is really noteworthy. We love seeing that.
It's one of our favorite things as skiers, snowboarders, skateboarders, surfers, whatever you do, is the ability to express yourself. You know, you can just do whatever you want, you know? No rules. Front board 270. You're joking. Oh no, head first.
You know, it looked like he brought it to his feet and just washed out. We'll have to check the replay on that. Getting fresh pow over there on the looker's left side hit. And pow turns. In a winter where many of us, unless you're in New England, have been starved for pow. What a pleasure to see the metamorphosis this week. Jackson Hole Mountain Resort started this weather window as a caterpillar, and all of a sudden we were shredding on a butterfly's wings.
I wonder if he's going to go that double backy or, yeah.
Oh, good call.
Bolts.
He has those on lock.
Yes.
For the crowd, a little tail block there. I mean, he just front board 270.
Oh my gosh.
Fakey full cab.
I want a camera to follow him all the way down the mountain.
Oh, another tail block. He's just Lucas Magooning and, you know, Pat Bridgesing all over this place. But I want to see that replay on that front board 270 off of a cliff.
So sick. Love that run. And you know the athletes are going to love that as well.
I mean, he had a dream. And his dream since he got here to Jackson Hole was to jump off this couloir, strapped to a snowboard, touching some steel. And he did just that.
Thank you.
I don't know if anyone else had that dream besides him. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, I was enjoying myself.
You know, that's not something that you can practice every day, is a front board 270 off of a cliff, into a couloir, into a jump.
Really?
All right, here we go.
I mean, it's heavy standing above a big stair set. Watch that.
Here he goes. Pat Fava, front blunt 270, off the step down, getting a little squirmy wormed in the landing, but still looking pretty good, and opting for the double back. He bolts. I like what he played around after. He starts tail blocking, does a little full cab on the landing here. Looking good, Pat.
On that entrance, I wonder if he was looking for just a little bit more speed, because, you know, there's a pretty prominent ridge where the goat path forms. It would be on your right foot if you're a skier facing left. and it looked like he might have caught a little bit of the bottom of that ridge. So the inverse is if you go just a little bit further, you're probably going to start hitting the backside of a berm that forms from people on the goat path. So I don't know, Pat just putting down something super creative. It sounds like Mike Boggs is going to be dropping next.
Mike Boggs, back-to-back legends here. I mean, really excited to see what Boggs does, because all Boggs has to do is his signature ollie off of anything, and everyone's going to get fired up.
I know how sick on his first run was this transfer from the nose, right at the edge of the west wall, coming across underneath the goat path. I mean, so many of these athletes today are like your rider's favorite rider.
Oh, that is so well put. Mike Boggs is your favorite snowboarder's favorite snowboarder. All of my friends that live in Whistler, many of them don't even know him. Like, for example, the legend, Mikey Rentz, his favorite snowboarder, Mike Boggs.
Dude, completely. Yeah, so Mike's living in the Pacific Northwest, another Portland, Oregon guy, I believe. But he's spent a lot of time here in Jackson, worked here previously. Like, when you're willing to put in the time, doing whatever it takes to pursue your dream, and you start having these opportunities, it's not without anything, right? Everybody's putting in the time and the effort and the connections. A lot of times it's somebody vouching for you.
I think a lot of these riders are hoping to blossom their career, you know, be the best, to maybe win. I genuinely think Mike Boggs is out here for like what encompasses fully skiing and snowboarding, is just like for the love of it. You know, I don't think he's trying to get anything out of this other than have a fun day, get his heart moving, and stoke some people out. And that's what Mike Boggs is going to do over here.
Once again, heading deep on the west wall.
So he's gone.
That is a massive air beneath him, and he comes across, catching transition, a little skitch out on the heel, but immediately back into the fall line and just charging Looker's left side of Corbett's. What a powerful rider.
Very. I hope he does this gap again. That thing was sick.
Might be looking to carry more speed into it this time. We will see in seconds.
It's looking like he's cross-cording based off what I can see. Yeah, he is. He's going Crip Daddy. Crippler.
Crippler into the pow off the side. Hand clap. Mike Boggs, what a legend. Let's hear what he says.
Legs are so tired.
Way to go, Mike.
You know, appreciate honesty in that.
And there's no way that Alex Pashley is bummed on that run.
I had to try it again.
Yes, we love you for it, Mike.
Yeah.
Athletes don't have to take a second run.
All right, our next athlete on course.
Damn it, that crippler would have been sick.
There's the vibe we all know and love.
I'll be back next year.
This is Wyndham
Thank you, dude.
And we're hearing from the crowd announcer down there that it might be Wyndham Miller dropping in next, Wyndham Lawn Dart Miller. And in that last shot, you just saw a tram up above Mike. We just saw the tram cruise by us. Let's check out Mike's replay from run 2.
All right, opting out, like one of the only competitors, if not the only competitor, going over here and kind of cross-cording. He has to get his tail up really high up here to get that landing, and just landing in one of the holes. Gets himself a nice little power run here, though. Jackson Hole providing the good snow. And then opting for the crippler, which would have been really sick, just drifting a little bit too far left, and it would have been better transition to land a bit higher and up on the right. But, you know, easier said than done.
Completely. I am simply another armchair quarterback today. Man, that was rad. These second runs are coming correct. Up at the top, we're still seeing some blue skies above us, but the milk has come in just a bit heavier. We do have Wyndham Miller that's going to be dropping next. You know, they give this event a full week, and it took a week. We were starting with like bare bones, hard and firm and gnarly, and all these athletes are ready to pretty much shred any conditions we put in front of them. But when you've got the time and snow provides, everybody's snow dances came together, and we got about 2 feet, but really between 16 and 26 inches, depending upon where you are on the Teton range over the last couple days. Yesterday, athletes let the snow in Corbett sit a little bit longer. And, you know, it's always tough looking at weather forecasts for mountain venues, but I think they made an awesome call. Here we go, Wyndham Miller.
I mean, this guy does moto professionally at Nitro Circus. He is not going to not send it.
Another long
long
look
dart.
at that entrance.
He got it.
So stomped, so clean.
If Wyndham Miller can front flip off that thing, you can do anything.
Yeah, that is just it. The inspiration we're getting from these athletes. No wonder this guy is with Nitro Circus.
He has a bag on the on this jump too. Back 7. Yep, back 7.
Yes, great call, Jody. Wyndham is hyped.
He should be.
Wow.
Been hanging out with him this week. Great vibes, great energy. He is hyped to be at this event. He's been here before. He's tried the front flip. He cleaned it up, and he got a back 7 there. I mean, no excuses. That, to many, that's bombed out. To Wyndham Miller, all he sees is opportunity.
That's really well put, Jody. And yeah, he said in this his 3rd year, he just really wanted to put down a run, top to bottom. And when he does, oh my gosh, what he puts.
Shout out to his mom.
Mom, put it
Heck
down
yeah.
for you.
That was for his mom. Hell yeah.
Good day.
Oh, so sick. Thank you, Wyndham. Let's check out the replay from Wyndham Miller's 2nd run.
And he did not go small in this. Like, that is a decent size front flip. You know, sometimes a fairly straight air is what you got to do to get down the mountain. You know what I mean? Rolling down the windows, like,
staying in the flow, staying in the fall line.
Oh, back 7.
All day.
Stomped all day. Going down to the crowd, the corral, the energy. Presented by Monster Energy, in fact, down there, keeping everybody going.
Yeah.
You know who we got next, Andrew?
I don't.
Me neither. Wonder who it's going to be.
Hey, Veronica, are you putting skis on? No.
And Veronica's up, and she's going for the triple backflip.
These guys are getting me hyped up.
Well, that is true, but we love having you up here today, V. Like, thinking about Wyndham and taking many runs to stomp something as you want it. How good does that feel?
Oh my God, there's nothing like that when it finally comes together and you know you've put in years of work and you've been visualizing for years. And then to ski away, I mean, that's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, the best things don't come easy.
Yeah.
And they also, like, the hardest things in life when you spend so long working at something, like, people don't realize that if you've been skiing for 20 years and you land a front flip into this thing, that took 20 years, you know? So there's, like, this feeling that comes with that, and it's like those, that feeling of accomplishment is like a milestone that it's really hard to put in perspective unless you actually snowboard or ski or do one of these things, because it doesn't happen overnight, you know? The skill sets it takes for these riders to land something off of this is hours and hours and hours and years of hard work.
You're right. You know, going back to Max Martin saying that skiing was such a great teacher in life, whether it's skiing or snowboarding, like the lessons you learn and how you approach challenges in your life, be it work, school, on the mountain, physically, mentally.
Relationships, you don't give up. You know, you work a little harder, you know what I mean? You hit some ruts in the road, as we all do, and you just keep going.
and this is also where the community, having those around you, like, it's such a good feeling to be out here today. Thank you all for joining us. 2026 Kings and Queens of Corbett. We're in the 2nd run. Not sure who's going to be dropping next, but things have been coming hot and heavy all day. I mean, we're just glued to this.
If you're a viewer, you are tuning in for flips off of a cliff. You know what I mean? Crazy variations and interesting butters, and you are seeing that here today. You're seeing doubles, you're seeing people jump off of people's boards, pole jams, the human pole jam. You're talking about skate bar, flat bars going off. Like, people are doing all sorts of things. So if you're tuning into this, if you're not having fun, you might just be the problem, because I think this is a great time.
Spot on, Jody. Thank you. What's something that we haven't seen today that you'd like to see?
I mean, I've always wanted to see, because it's a flat takeoff, we're talking about a step down. For a snowboarder, I think a really cool trick would be something like fakie or nollie, like a nollie, like going off the nose of your board first. So it's almost like you're going to do a front flip, but you don't do that. You just pop off your nose and that's it. That would be something that, you know, it's very technical. It would be easily overlooked, but something that the attention to detail that would really resonate with me. What about yourself? You got a trick you want to see off this thing?
And, you know, I've been wondering if any of the athletes would go far riders right. Yeah, and we've got Elijah Singer dropping in next. He's,
you know, a ski trick that I would like to see? Zero spin. Anybody zero spin off this thing?
Aaron Blunk tried that twice in a row.
And I think Corey Jackson.
Corey Jackson gave it a go too. It's extremely hard because of how steep the landing is.
Oh yeah, you're going backwards.
Yeah, I mean.
Thane Rich has been out the last couple days. He's a former competitor, and I think he was going 5s landing switch in.
Yep.
We've got Elijah dropping in next.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a skier land switch off the top ever, actually.
So he's 19 years old.
Is less than half my age.
He's tucking. He wants speed. Back. Double backy.
Going double.
Oh, so close,
Came
though.
around well.
I mean, there's the strength of a 19-year-old.
Yes.
Veronica, you know what the middle of that run is like up there in the landing zone.
A lot of compression.
Elijah just staying fall line. Super strong legs. What's he got for us?
A 1-footer.
He took his foot
Took
out?
the binding out.
Oh my God.
Creativity.
Wow. Way to get your name out there. I mean,
the crowd is liking.
Jody, Gaper skier here. What do you call that?
A 1-footer. It's looking like he just unstrapped his back binding mid-run, as we didn't know. We're watching the live stream, so I'm not sure when he unclipped both of his bindings or if his foot just ripped out. But at some point he unstrapped and hit it with 1 foot in, which is always terrifying, because if you fall, you got 1 limb in and 1 limb out.
I've always thought it looked terrifying.
I mean, that's incredible. A double backflip down to a 1-footer. I mean, he's looking for that viral
Double
moment.
to a single.
That's incredible. He's going to get his name out there for sure as a 19-year-old.
Yeah, Travis Parker is looking down. He is pumped. If Travis Parker's watching this, he's like, heck yeah.
Me too. He came around just like your backflip yesterday. I was like, oh, he's dialed.
Yeah, he is dialed. Elijah Singer, thank you for showing up.
Oh my God.
Man, I just love seeing the release, the energy at the bottom of the run.
Especially after the second run, you know your day's over. You can crack a beverage open and relax.
Yeah, ample options to choose from with all of our sponsors, whether it's Monster Energy, Coca-Cola. We got Best Day Brewing out here. Ooh. Coming up next, we've got Yuki Kidono. Again, a former...
Oh, Cam Fitzpatrick?
Yes, Cam, and good friend of Yuki's. Good friend of everybody out here.
Oh, here they are hyped to see Yuki. You got Cam, you got Mike Boggs. The crew is down there, the vibes are high.
All right, let's check out a replay from Elijah's run.
What a send off the top.
Yeah, really nailed it, much like some of the skiers, just a little loop out on the tail. And like maintaining power, strength, and then it must have been rough. What?
Wow.
So as you've seen, you're like, once you're below those bottom cliffs, there is a nice groomer track on the approach, but Elijah must have been quick on the work.
About 30 seconds.
Sounds like 30 seconds to Yuki's drop in. And as you hear and as you see, and as we experience a little sunshine breaking through these clouds, when you look back on the years of this event, there have been so many gnarly weather conditions, from puking snow to sunshine, and we've really been blessed with some great weather today.
I mean, we cannot overlook just how talented Yuki Kadono is. Like, he is in a special category.
He certainly is.
X Games, US Open, you know, one of the first to do some of the most complicated, losing a lot of speed there.
Yeah,
on
once
180.
again, interesting. Now, I think he's going to go back up.
He's going to go back up.
Through the week, the crew has put various fences in, kind of in that run-in area to try to capture snow. Athletes were so hungry to start working on lips day one that a bunch of lips got built, and then like people with experience here on the mountain are explaining that that's affecting how the snow's getting thrown into Corbetts. So they did a quick like grooming of the lips, removing of the snow fences, but still an interesting aspect today that I feel like we haven't really seen in past years, just sometimes challenging carrying the speed into the lip.
Yeah, we have on our park crew, we have some real couloir whisperers that know exactly how the wind should come in to fill in the landing. And so any lip you build up there is going to affect the snow that gets dropped into the landing.
Yeah.
So making sure that they're in the right direction, that they're not too tall, that we're getting as much snow as we can into the landing, and then being able to rebuild the lips later in the week. That's what we were going for.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's working with what they've got today, and as I look down to the lip, which is literally a snowball's throw below us, there's sunshine up here at the lip. We can't quite see that turn that Yuki just got hung up on. I mean, Yuki can do anything on a snowboard, so it's not like a turn to the left.
Well, Yuki can do anything on a snowboard except for that turn. We've seen him twice not make it.
We've seen a lot of riders and skiers have trouble with that turn.
You know, while we've got a moment, and we're talking about our favorites out here, don't forget to get out and vote for People's Choice Award for skiers, snowboarders, male, female, whoever you think is deserving of your nod. I mean, every athlete coming out here today is worthy of that, but just so pumped to be able to share our love with the athletes, let them know you're thinking of them and what you're impressed by. You know, whether it's style, gnar, outfit.
It can be such an honor to get that People's Choice Award when maybe you put it all out there, but you didn't quite get the landing that you wanted, and just to have that support from the people, it really just like boosts your heart.
This is coming from the winner last year.
I can tell you how good it feels.
So technically, we're still with the winner because there hasn't been a new one.
That's right. That's right.
So we're the champ.
True.
Yeah.
We're the best in the world.
Yeah, for the next day or so.
All right, let's send it back to Yuki, see where he's at.
I mean, no shot at Yuki. Yes, he's struggling on this turn, but he is one of the best in the world. I mean, he has been in the biggest events, in the biggest arenas, and not just showed up to those arenas, made a mark on snowboarding. Like, Yuki is known as one of the greatest snowboarders to be strapped right now, and seeing him ride firsthand a lot over this last year, I mean, he's absolutely mind-blowing. So what will Yuki put down right now?
As he drops in,
he can do anything he wants.
It is Yuki's world.
Let's see if he does that 180 a little earlier. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, pop now. You switch.
Nice.
Half cap.
Okay. Yuki's always bringing so much style, getting some good turns. This time over rider's left before coming cross court, joining the front flip crowd.
Jump of the day, or trick of the day.
Now, Yuki.
Now what is he gonna do? It looks like he's winding up back 10, back 12, back 10 again.
All to his feet.
That's his bread and butter right when he gets to that jump.
The level of technicality in his tricks is so good.
I mean, it's time on the board to be that good, and Yuki snowboards a lot.
Right? Right? Did he get those 10,000 hours before age 16?
I think that he's probably pushing 30, 40,000 hours.
Right, at age 29, his riding oozes style, and he's feeling so good right now.
Watch this.
Want to make those sponsors happy.
Yeah, he's got his own board from Union, Oakley, Avalon 7. I mean, you love to share the love. When you're an athlete and you're in a position to really like choose your sponsors, you like what it says about you. You like what it says about the company. You want to represent, and they want to represent for you as well.
I'm going to be home for second Chem run.
Yuki putting down a beautiful run. And I think one of the physical elements in every year he's been here is just like the ability to make a smaller spin look so stylish.
Oh, why not?
I'm excited to see that switch 180 at the top. I'm wondering if that was a switchback one or a half cab.
Oh my God, we did
For
it.
whatever reason, I had a little bit of glare on the screen, and I missed if that was a switch front 180 or switch back 180.
I think I saw front, but we'll see on the replay. I'm interested to see how clean that landing was. I know he got a little squirrely, but I'm interested to see if he rode out of it.
Let's check this replay out. While Yuki basks in the love of his friends and fans.
Yeah, half cab. Good pop on that. I mean, I think he washed out a little bit after in the bomb holes, but I mean, he did put that down. Front flip. I mean, all in all, that was a pretty good run.
That was a stellar
Yuki
run.
Kadono putting it down when it matters. I mean, a vet. I think he would be sitting in first if that first wasn't a half cab and that was a cab 5.
Nice.
That was what I would say.
Sounds like we
Travis
got
Rice
Winter McBride
won
up
with the cab
next.
5
Yeah,
in 2021 or 2019.
Travis's run was the cab 5 to back 7, I
Yep.
believe. Back 7 knows his signature.
We're getting pole clicks from Winter. And thinking about mindset, she comes from a freeride coaching background down at Snow Basin.
Her first run was a little conservative, a lot of straight airs, so we'll see if she steps it up this run, if she's feeling a little more confident.
Love it. Love the stoke. Big straight air in. On the edges, beautiful turns. Maintaining fluidity. Steezy straight air. And yeah, if you were a student of free skiing, those are the kind of turns you want to make. Let's see what Winter's got on this bottom booter for us. Nice, spinning huge.
Clean,
Winter,
clean.
nice big 3 to her feet.
That was great.
What a cherry on top of that run.
Yeah, that was good.
Let's go, you did it.
I would have loved to see her freeride
Let's
background
go.
come out in some of the earlier jumps in the couloir on the natural hits and off the top. But as we know, conditions can be challenging. I think that's a solid run. I think some of the other girls, with how much they sent it off the top, we'll see them in a higher position. But great run from Winter.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, when you're coming from that Freeride World Tour background, you really know about building up a line score. And you can see it go both ways. You can hit a couple features real big and well.
It was so smooth. It was
Or
perfect.
stack a
It was
lot.
absolutely crushed. Literally one of the
Love to see the camaraderie at the bottom there.
Again, the props for the clean run and clean off that top air she was, and then really going massive.
That was
on
huge.
that 3. If you're me, you over-rotate that to 450.
Call the wambulance.
Nice. Sounds like up next we've got Erica Vikander dropping in for a second run. Another proud free rider that has just so much experience out here, a number of years here at the comp. Great mentor for everybody, and always kind of an athlete ambassador. She's willing to stand up for whether it's waiting for conditions or, you know, just speaking up if she sees anything that catches her eye. It can be real easy to go along with the crowd in any of these athlete meetings.
Oh, it's also a really good note on backcountry, as so many people maybe watching this are getting excited to go into the mountains. You know, a lot of times somebody can overlook something, especially young, but also your mentor. So it's always good to keep your eyes open, and communication is such a big part of that. And so maybe on this backcountry course right now, or whatever, we'll just say a little like, you know, take a course, take an Avi course. If you love the mountains, you know, take a first aid course, take an avalanche course. You know, you're doing the community a favor, you're doing yourself a favor, you're doing your family and friends a favor, and then get dialed out here because there is a serious element to this. These people make it look easy because they're veterans, but, you know.
Yeah, you're so spot on with that, Jody, and thank you for sharing that. Got Erica coming in. Straight off the lip into controlled turns.
I mean, you can just tell how hairy that first little bit. She picked up like so much speed so quickly and was able to navigate that speed pretty quickly.
Yeah, that is not soft pow in that first drop in.
I think she got that stalefish in there. Coming into this last jump.
Erica spending a lot of time in the park earlier this season.
I mean,
honing her tricks.
Here we go.
Getting herself centered. Boom. Big boosty straight air. Little butt slide. Getting the love from the crowd. Erica Vikander put in 2 solid runs in Corbett's Couloir this year.
I mean, airing into that Couloir must just get your heart racing, so good for her.
Gives a little bit of a sigh like she was wanting
really
more. Light's really good. Sarcastic, she says. That's a good data point for us. We're up here a little bit in the cloud, and boy, another tough challenge of would you rather have firm conditions and great visibility, or
That's
the inverse?
half dozen of the other. I think I'd personally rather soft conditions and tougher visibility, because you can always throw pine boughs in the landing.
Let's check this replay out from Erica's second run. Now, if this is any day out here and you're watching somebody shred Corbett's, that is awesome. It's just the standard of runs we've seen today. You can't help but think that Erica wanted more from that. But we're so happy to have her out here. Getting the props from her loved ones at the bottom. Sounds like Jack McDougall.
Jack's got to be a snowboard favorite to, I mean, I think he's going to put this cab 5 down, and then if he gets into this back 10,
10 seconds.
love to see this kid put a run down. He's been working so hard at every element of snowboarding, whether it's park, backcountry. I mean, he's fully committed. He's got the truck, the sled, like he is all in on being a professional snowboarder.
All of the things, including the mindset.
Totally.
And the skill set.
Well, his mindset is just, he just knows he's one of the best, and he's going in with terrible viz right now, and he goes cab 5 anyway, and he lands.
Wow.
He stomps that, and he is hauling. He is going 400 miles an hour down that thing. That was into backflip, melon, bolts, putting it down here. Come on, Jack. Go into this bottom jump. Don't get too excited. Take a bit more speed than last time. Back 10 double. You do this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Get this. Jack Dukes puts the... I'm so proud of this
super
kid.
strong run.
Wow, that is up there for the snowboard man. Cab 5 off the top, a la Travis Rice.
I mean, a cab 5 off that at this state of the contest, every rider, every athlete knows how committed you have to be to do a 540 down that thing at this point of the contest. I'm so proud of this kid putting down that back 10, and as the last athlete was saying, challenging light and still puts down a run and manages to put together a backflip in the middle too.
Incredible, incredible.
Yeah, let's check out Jack's replay on this. What a stellar second run.
cab 5, twig, like that's a video part cab 5.
Unreal, and that's
Hold on,
speed.
like, a little bit of a bobble there, but like nothing that's gonna dock them.
You gotta shut it down somehow.
Wildcat melon, and then this back 10 double is like, come on. Jack Dukes putting down a beat down on this course. That's the run of the day from my snowboard perspective.
Well, you know, we have all these riders with experience, and then the young guns come in. And here's another one of them, Ellie Weiler. Like, I'm just the longest 30 seconds of my life.
I think Jack Dukes could have done better if he just traversed over to that one big cliff and did the backflip there, you know? If he gave us the 40-foot backflip. I gotta say, the athletes that are traversing over to there, that big step down, like that is one way to showcase some serious skill, to cut over there at the right time. And here comes Ellie Weiler.
Yeah, we had her spin on run 1 off the top.
Let's see if she can go a little lighter on her toe edge here with this back 3.
Looks like she's carving in. Ellie taking a page out of the years of experience of riders, dropping late on second run and just like making things flow. And as she flows across, looking for some other features.
Oh, butter.
Oh, yeah, butter. That's not low-fat margarine.
I mean, one thing's for sure is you don't want these athletes that might not have the skill set to just try another back 3 and get injured, you know? So, like, honestly, maybe she talked to Sharka and some of the girls, and they gave her some advice to just like, hey, that last back 3, like, you don't want to hit the rock, you know? So, you know what? Great run for her.
Great run. And she showed us what she can do on the first run. She showed that she really came here to send it, and we've seen that, and now she's being smart about it.
I mean, and that Wildcat tuck knee, she can be nothing but proud of that style. And she showed up today in a way that everybody, her sponsors, myself included, are nothing but proud of Ellie Weiler. Way to go.
Yeah, another great freshman addition to this year's class of Kings and Queens of Corbett.
And similar to Pat Fava, like Ellie Weiler's main forte is events like the Uninvited and putting a beat down on the rails, you know? So it's so nice to see these well-rounded competitors from the ski and snowboard side get involved into the backcountry and stuff, because it's such a cool chapter. Like, you know, Jackson's providing such an experience with coming up here and being immersed in the mountains, and, you know.
Let's check this replay out. And then it sounds like Kendall Goodman's going to be coming in and dropping next. Ellie off the top, keeping it controlled, but also giving us a glimpse of how variable the conditions are once you get into the couloir. Popping a nice little air by the entrance to the cave, and then tweaked out baggy.
That melon grab was so sick, and her butter was sick, and her Wildcat tuck knee, like, I mean, minus her just being like, I'm not going to back 3 off this thing, which I don't even blame her. You know, you look at Jack there, it's like he was holding on for dear life. I think he must have hit, like, I don't know, what do you say there, 60 miles an hour at one point?
Yeah, scientifically, I think it's mock chicken.
Oh, here comes Pink Steelord. Gotta love this kid.
Kendall Jackson, or excuse me, Kendall Goodman.
As we've talked about before, you can never be too baggy was his quote. See if he can improve on this butter. He clipped up on it last time.
Yeah, Kenny. DJ Kenny. 3 for the E here in Salt Lake. Listen to this dude.
3 Screaming Seamen holding on.
Unreal.
Wow.
That was incredible. With the power.
Oh my God.
Big straight air. What an entrance to the couloir. Can't wait to see that replay. But in his big bag of tricks, coming in switch for the final booter. Beautiful, beautiful. Dude, Kendall Goodman, perennial.
I mean, as we said, Screamin' Seaman is one of the scariest tricks you could do. So to do a Screamin' 360 off of a cliff, like, that is just as technical as it gets.
Really sick adjustment from run 1, where he got a little hung up on that butter.
Yeah.
But also spinning left from that position on the nose, catching great transition at that landing.
I think
And
he,
for those that are unaware, just briefly, a scream and seam is where you effectively Daffy Duck your legs, cross your legs, skis in the very wrong way to land position, and then uncross them. Terrifying in my mind, let alone dropping into Corbett, spinning a 3, doing that. And Kendall made it look good. Let's check this replay out.
I think that was a great adjustment on his part.
Yeah. Kendall's one of these guys that really knows. He wants to ride for himself, and when you do that, it comes through in the results as well.
He found that really precise landing next to the rock up top as well.
I mean, he went massive on that top front 3. Like, that was big.
Yeah.
He was not like going into that being like, I'm gonna do a little 360. He's like, I'm going in. Like.
And we saw so many riders struggle with that in run, and so going for that butter is just an added hurdle. And no, that was incredible. And landing as close to the rock as he did without hitting the rock, and that's the perfect landing that you want. All of that together puts down a great run.
Now another skier with another similarly well-rounded skill set, Kaz.
How many riders do we have to go still?
I haven't been keeping track. We're just along.
I mean, I hope everyone gets a third in. I want to see Pat Fava jump off that rail again.
There was one year that Carl asked if we could do as many runs as we wanted, and everyone said, "Shut up, Carl, we don't want to do that."
Kaz Sazenkowski coming in hot. Hand drag 3.
Wow.
To bolts.
So
going
smooth.
huge on that, and yet so composed in the middle of this run. What? I think he just went 180, landed switch, buttered out, catching a little bit of free ride. Beautiful floaty 9. Capped tail. That was another stellar run.
What's going on here?
These are pros, apparently, and they are ready to do this all day. Kaz.
People don't care if the landing's bombed out. Like, let's go.
This is beyond me. Like, all of these, I'm not in this because every one of these little elements is going to make me cry and go home. Flat light, later in the running, terrifying run. But
yeah,
Kaz puts down another beautiful run. I can't wait to see this replay on it.
Kaz has really grown into an incredible skier. I had the pleasure of skiing with him when he was living in Jackson a few years ago, back when he was just a college kid and he was asking us for advice, and now he's really grown into a smart and strong skier, and now we'll be asking him for advice.
Hey, and if you're a viewer at home and you ski or snowboard and you're wondering how these athletes got so good, they're not magically better than you. They just been on the snow more than you. So it's hours in. These people get their reps in, day out. A lot of them save up their money by doing construction, you know, as we heard here today, and they go down to Australia or New Zealand and they get as many reps as they can year round, and that's just how you get good, you know. Time on the mountain.
This is true, and when you're not physically out doing it, you're probably doing something to support it. This could be yoga, this could be mental preparation. This is definitely watching your GoPro footage over and over and over again. Let's check this replay of Kaz's second run out. Beautiful hand drag 3. I could say beautiful at a lot of points in this run. Yeah, getting a 180 in. And then super cap, corked out 9 at the bottom. Just a really well-rounded run. And as we've been seeing people get bucked in the middle landing of Corbett's, just tossing a 180 and landing switch, no easy task.
That's going to be up there. That run is going to be up there for sure.
Oh, for sure. I think that there's about 5 runs that have been pretty standout, you know, like, and really challenging to be a rider and judge that, because some people are traversing over and going to like a 40-foot cliff, and some people are landing switch or taking off switch. And I mean, I almost don't envy these riders judging each other, because it's going to be tough.
Well, speaking of switch skiing, Valerie Festival is coming to us next.
Same run as Yuki, a little glimpse into what she's going to maybe try here.
Or at least same takeoff, right?
Good for 10
I want to see her hit that 0 spin on that bottom jump because I just know like that style. I imagine from the rest of the ski community, they might really value that, and I think that might kind of. That's a good approach, right?
I love that approach,
Yeah.
especially on the women's side. She went huge off the top last time. Really showed us her strength and her style, and I'd love to see more of it.
So what do you think we're gonna see on the top feature?
I hope we see some sort of spin. She's really strong with her freestyle background, and she has she got a little taste of it from last run. So let's see.
Yeah, a bit of experience under the belt. Run 1.
Huge.
Big straight air. Catching great transition on the landing.
Yeah, I love her pop off that top.
Oh, getting a little hung up there. Just the flat light
bummer.
probably and all the bomb holes.
And she was charging.
I still
that
love how she
proportion.
takes that top air. She's taking speed into the nose.
So
going
direct.
huge. Switch 1.
I mean, I don't ski, but if I was a ski team manager, I think I'd be putting her on my team.
Oh, yeah.
Linus
Oh, yeah.
is lucky with her. Oh,
Beautiful
casual
5. Yeah.
5.
She just looks so good on skis.
Yeah, she just looks like she's having fun out there.
So close.
Close is right.
Valerie Festivan, thanks for coming
Run
out.
out, bro. Jeez.
Yep. Yep. That's a challenge of the couloir, especially as it gets later into the afternoon. The sun sets, it's north facing, the light just gets flatter. Even on a sunny day, the light gets flat in there. I still love seeing the riding we've seen from her and all the women. I mean, sending it off the top, huge pop, and then coming down and showing us her expertise on the park jumps. I love it.
Valerie getting the love at the bottom. Let's take a look at her replay from run 2. Yeah, so dialed on that top air. And then charging in the middle, but it seems like right about where she got caught up is probably where a lot of riders been coming across to line up for the cross-court center feature. But she's able to turn that around and put down a beautiful 5 for the fans at the bottom. Nice.
Yeah, there were a lot of girls that straight aired into the couloir, but not quite as big as that. I mean, she was taking a lot of speed in and looked comfy in the air.
Nate Bromley's in the gate for next drop on run 2. Sounds like 20 seconds out, and we are presently having a little break in the clouds up here.
Big fan of this kid.
Yeah, this Tahoe rider, super strong. Ride
Great
for
flow.
Jones.
Yeah, great flow.
Really good flow.
I mean, autumn outerwear. He's at in Vans. Like, he has the right sponsors. He clearly, in the last couple days, I've seen some new clips of him. Posted a wicked backflip yesterday. I think he was out cruising with his homie Mike Boggs, I believe, filmed it. Front 3 Indy. There's some style for you.
Right to the money landing. Firm, but quick to his feet.
I mean, even the bobble looked good. That frontside hack was awesome.
I am a sucker for a pow slash.
Oh, what
and
a run.
backflips.
I'm seeing a little bit of maybe an NST duels level snowboarding here.
I think you were
front 7 Mellon. Let's get him in the duels. Nice run, Nate.
Another sick run. Nate Bromley, man.
Wow. Very impressed. I love the access on that front 7 too.
Let's lay back and hear from them.
Oh, that was so sick. Thank you. Dude, that was so yeah, baby.
Yeah, Nate.
Oh. Sick.
Yeah. Jones fans. Felt good. That's, you know what it feels like to feel good at the bottom of this run.
Dude. Oh, yeah. I was right. Just got to the top of you.
Yeah, I know the feeling of finishing your second run and just taking a deep breath. Let's check out this replay.
So this front side 3 is just that's it right there. Just landing, just getting away from them. Nice backflip. I mean, this front seven melon, like, you know, all in all, like, what a run by the young buck. I mean, he can't be anything but proud of himself. You know, you put down a good run like that. Unfortunately, just lands in a little bit of a weird place on that front three, but that wasn't really a big fault of his own. That was kind of luck of the draw. So hold your head up high, buddy. That was a sick run.
Yeah, he was hungry for it, and so is the next athlete, Piper Kunst.
Oof.
I'm excited to see Piper do this again. I hope she does it again and just cleans it up, because she had a great backflip the first run. She stomped it and then just had a little bit of trouble on the bottom air. So if she can clean up that bottom air, I mean, that's a queen winning run.
It sure is.
Maybe I'm wrong here, but from hanging out with all these athletes, I feel like she's an athlete favorite. I feel a lot of these people are really excited on her style and stuff. I've heard her name a lot through the week, and I feel like a lot of people are rooting for her to do well here. And I mean, she's kind of putting down a beatdown. Let's see if she can put it top to bottom down.
Indeed. You know, I think a powerful rider, and I've spoken with a bunch of the athletes that are from Little Cottonwood Canyon. It's interesting. Obviously, Bright can be a hot spot of the snowboarding realm, and Alta has produced a lot of athletes for this comp, and I think there's something about the big and yet playful terrain there that tends to lend towards some big tricks in natural terrain. And
Does Alta allow snowboarding?
Not yet.
It's a big thing I really like about Jackson here is they allow snowboarding.
Yeah, we love the blend. You know, just a few holdouts left, and each for their unique reasons. Mad River, Deer Valley, and Alta. But Piper Kunst in the air, in the run. Sorry for the late call there.
I mean, looking great.
Yeah.
Looks like she's in the middle of a video part run with those turns.
Exactly.
Even that
shoulders and zipper down the fall line, strength and turns.
This is a really good skiing.
Great foundations to being a proper pro shred. And off this bottom booter, just rolling with the straight air there.
I mean, she's such a strong skier. She's known for her creativity. She's an artist.
That was pretty free ride.
That was free ride.
Sick.
Congratulations. I'm so stoked for you. Okay.
Yeah, we're sorry. It sounds like we won't have a replay on that. But Piper, just a run that Piper was psyched about. And I think that's what everybody loves to see.
Yeah.
You feel that, you see that.
Especially on that second run, when the light is challenging, the landing's challenging. You just want people to come down and be stoked.
Totally.
And she really put it down on her first run. I mean, she landed a huge backflip off the top and then sent a huge front flip off the bottom jump. Like, she showed us what she can do, and then sometimes you got to listen to conditions.
Up next, we're going to have Quinn Boutot dropping in for his second run, as we are just running through the field on this second run in our 2026 Kings and Queens of Corbett.
Oh, this is looking... You know, that's why you got to tune in for the full live stream. So, you know, you never know what you're going to get here.
Oh, yes, and Quinn's way over on Ryder's right, Looker's left. On big snow years, directly underneath him, you get a nice cone of snow, like micro tranny. But this year, that is a big drop, and look at that cave. I'm sure they've checked to make sure we didn't have any grizzlies hibernating down there. Quinn Boutot dropping in for second run. Nice, smashing that micro tranny. That was a big drop in anybody's book. Straight air in the middle. Nice, keeping it stylish, bouncing like a piece of popcorn. Things are getting chopped up in the middle. The mid-20s, temp-wise.
Oh,
what?
That's why he's
beautiful.
out here. Right into the sun. Look at that.
Yes. Quinn Boutot.
Holy
yes. Yeah. Man, Boutat coming correct on that second run. Love the creativity and mixing it up with that rider's right entrance. That is a big drop. I mean, the reality is that there's really no small ways to get into Corbett's. If you're involved in the rocks up top, whether it is lookers left or lookers right, it's a heavy place.
It is. And on that skier's right side where we just saw him come down, we know that that landing is a little flatter, a little bit more of an impact.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. So let's watch Quinn's legs take in this stomp. Wow, there it was. And like, I think he was finding some of the soft snow in there, which is in shorter and shorter supply with every run.
Totally decided to sit on it for a second, but you know, he did not hear absolutely going bolts on that front flip.
Yeah.
You're the front
We go
flip.
from one Quinn to another. Quinn Wolferman. The Armada, Monster Energy, Giro, skier. Quinn again, big bag of tricks. Be interesting to see if he mixes it up from his first run. You know, just in another element of Corbett's lore, from this current shot, if you look to the far bottom right, well, here we can see the west wall over there on the right, where Mike Boggs has been the only person to make a turn. Sometimes people will err off that. In the first year of this contest, Jeff Ledger, Dr. Huckenstuff himself, the classic lawn dart or swan dive front flip off that huge air. But as far as I'm aware, only 2 skiers have gone further left from that and basically aired over Corbett's cave. And that's Rick Armstrong and Griffin Post.
Wow. I heard Jeff might have had some stuff on his back when he did that.
Jeff told me that he put some
Here's Quinn
bubble
Wolferman.
wrap.
And Quinn just arcing down the entrance right there. Super smooth and stylish. If you're gonna keep your skis on the snow, you make it look good. Oh, just getting a little looped out on that landing, but finding a really nice spot for a backy into soft snow. Quinn coming into the bottom booter. Oh, when you hear it like that, you know they are stomping. Quinn Wolferman, thank you for making the trip down, the late call up. Yeah.
Cameras on the way. Legendary ski move there.
I do love hearing the announcers to the crowd down there. Veronica, that's your boyfriend Randy, keeping everybody stoked.
He's a crowd favorite down there.
How could he not be? Yeah, thank
Very
you,
high
Quinn
energy.
Wolferman.
My best friend actually coached him at Camp of Champions many, many moons ago. Matt Belzo, shout outs to that legend.
Small
Dude,
world.
it's rowdy in there now. So fun though.
That's a great
yeah,
data
shout
point.
out.
Watch this entrance, just super silky. I mean, yeah, catching a big backy off that middle feature, but just getting caught up in the chunder. I mean, much like any, and that was a beautifully dumped 3. Super long grab.
Yep, that was Piper and him both utilized that kind of goat path rock, which is a good choice when conditions are tough here.
And also, looks like he's standing over on the right. Our next skier to drop is going to be Kelly. Kelly Sens on Insta. Kelly Hillicky. Got to share a couple tram rides with him today, and he's been so collected. Like, all of these athletes, I really forget how young they are because the maturity they show. And his skiing speaks quite a bit. Kelly dropping in. Perfect transition. Finding fresh snow. Some nice slarvy turns. Front flip crowd. And Kelly, first time we saw that, well, he's going different this time. Coming in switch, 0 spin, Ferda.
Very cool, very cool.
That was a great run.
That was a beautiful run. Yeah,
Shout out
Kelly.
Isaac Kaufman.
Yes.
Love you, bro.
You know, as Kelly just said, big shout out to Isaac Kaufman. Got hurt yesterday. Hit his jaw, thought no big deal and he was getting checked out for concussion. No concussion, but broken jaw on Isaac Kaufman. Kelly though, second run. Replay's getting hung up. There we go. It's a big drop. Scary place to be. Slashing some turns in the middle. One submission to the front flip club. And a 0 spin like that is no straight air. It's you know, I think a crowd pleaser. As we've seen in the X Games over the years, getting to the future spins where the numbers are astronomical on how many twists you can make. To do something really, really well with style like a 0 spin is kind of a gift. Much like a nice method.
Very much so. I mean, the 25, I think we're at 25-20 now in snowboarding.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, long way from 1080 snowboarding.
I think that might have wrapped up our second run. I'm not 100% right now on that, but I want to take the opportunity to shout out our partners and our sponsors for this event. Huge shout out Monster Energy. Thanks for keeping us fueled. Official energy drink of JHMR, Jackson Hole Mountain Resort. Mammut, thank you. Nature Valley, Coca-Cola, Keels, Buff, Sentient Jet, Best Day Brewing, Turtle Box, Yeti, GoPro, Gore-Tex Brands, Smart Wool, and POC. Thank you so much. Thank you viewers for being out here. Thank you crowds for being out today. Definitely get on that QR link and hit up your favorite athlete for the People's Choice Award. That's going to be going on for the next couple hours. Athletes are going to be doing their judging, watching the replays. Tomorrow that gets announced. I mean, what a wild day to be out here. And before I forget, also huge shout out to Jackson Hole Mountain Resort. 60 years of staying wild out here. What a day. Thank you, Ski Patrol. Thank you, events crew. Thank you, Park and Pipe. Thank you, everyone here at Jackson. Thank you, Teton County Search and Rescue for being out here for those that we need. I'm Andrew Whiteford. Thank you so much. All right. Andrew Whiteford, thank you so much today. Jody, thank you. Veronica, thank you. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for being here with us today. Until next year, 2026, Kings and Queens of Corbett. It's been real.
That was good. That was a blast.
That was great. That was awesome.